Yeah. 2-3. Solo D. DWA, we gonna do it like this. Look. Get back to the season, yeah, it's time for 2-3. Miami sportsman on fire, kicking ass like Bruce Lee. Tua hit the weight room and got his tribe on his sleeve. Got some goals on his list that he gotta achieve. Matt D with the schemes, he supplying the dream. Rolling Vic for defense, we bout to hunt for the ring. Buffet boys hit squad, we ain't thinking about Rodgers. Only Hall of Famer we acknowledge this year's Thomas.
What an unreal play by Zach Thomas.
Legendary at the crib, what we do is historic. Ain't won a ring in 50 years, but not one season been born. We been steady building up, they been sleeping and snoring. We been repping for that aqua, plus that green and the orange. 305 South Florida, we the reason it's storming. Since we picked up Tyreek, why should our speed been important? Waddle patch, they ain't gon' dance like a penguin when scoring. Running backs, run it back, O-line don't want no sacks. They reload in beast mode to protect the quarterback. CBS recorded that, in the world syndicated. Put the league on notice, now they all intimidated. Took some L's from injuries, but now them boys rejuvenated. When they lining up against you, running through you, you gon' hate it. All the fans gon' debate it. Compare and contrast, the same conversation on a different podcast. I'm a Dolphin fan for life. 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 I'm a Dolphin fan for life.
So low, so low, so low, deep. So low, so low, so low, deep. DWA, that's Dolphins with attitude. MSM, that's Miami Sports Music. Make sure you subscribe.
This is a Miami Sports Music Podcast Network production. This is the #1 Miami fan morning show. Clock Blockers, let's go.
I know the whole city riding. A little early, it's a bit surprising. Business moves, now we enterprising. Switch it up, now we improvising. Go to get in the winter collar. Whole squad been trained to go. Fins for life, we throw the foe. Singing this just to welcome bro. To a time, to a time. Time to grind, time to shine. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time. Time to grind, time to shine. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy, Stephen D. And this is the #1 Miami fan morning show. Clock Blockers. What's up? Super excited to be hanging out with y'all today, right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. What is up? What is going on? Let me turn on the camera here. I'm sitting here trying to do 15 million different things. What is going on? Welcome to the show, Clock Blockers. Man, boy, we got a show today. We got a show. Good morning to my family and my Finlaws. I am your host, Stephen Daniels. You can follow me on all social media at Stephen D SKPL. Spread kindness, positivity, and love. My phone is going off today. I apologize. I had to sign paperwork this morning for the house. Today's my last show for at least a week. But I will try to have somebody hosting this show for the days that I'm not here. So be on the lookout for that. Lot going on. Just a lot. I'm insane. I'm going insane right now. The house has got boxes everywhere. I'm going crazy. The NFL world has been turned on its head after last night's game. We're going to get into that. Just a lot to get into. You guys on your way in, hit the like button, please. It helps, goes such a long way into helping the channel grow, and it's free. It doesn't cost anything to hit the like button. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, subscribe. Okay, make sure you guys do it. Subscribe to the channel, and when you do, hit that bell notification. That way you get notified anytime Miami Sports Music goes live. Also, do me a favor, if you want to sign up to become a member of the family, do that today. There are plenty of seats waiting at the table for you. I would love to see you sign up and become part of the family today. If you want to help the channel grow by donating, there's lots of different ways you can do it. You can use the YouTube live super chat, which is the $ below the bottom of the chat. You click on it, you can hit super sticker or super chat. And, if somebody wants to test it out, make sure it works. You guys can do that. You can do as little as, I think, like $1, and you can do as much as you want. But if you are able to donate monetarily, trust me, it helps. It keeps this show going. It keeps this podcast network running. So your donation is what keeps us running right now. So just realize that. If you guys don't want to do it through YouTube, because YouTube takes out like 47% of whatever you donate, you can also use Cash App or PayPal, which is $MSM Podcast Network or MSM Podcast Network. Feel free to use the QR codes that you just saw on your screen. All right. Want to give a big shout out to our sponsors of the show. Before I do, let me say, Adam Sadowski, shout out to you. Member 1 year anniversary for Adam Sadowski as a member of CLOCKBLOCKERS. I like it, man. So shout out to you. You are awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Your loyalty and you guys doing it means the world to me. So thank you for everybody who's a member of the channel. It helps. It goes such a long way into helping the channel grow. I want to give a big shout out to our sponsor, ZSM Sports. ZSM Sports, the #1 place to get your cards, jerseys, balls, and hard to find items. Make sure you follow ZSM Sports today. Tailgreeter, download the app today on your current Crapple or Android devices. Make sure you do it. Download the app. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. So make sure you do that. When you do go to Tailgreeter, make sure you type in, if you're going down to Miami to watch a game, East 32 Dolphins Tailgate. I'll say it again, East 32 Dolphins Tailgate. Get your tailgate tickets, all inclusive, drink, food, everything there. So next week, not this coming up Sunday, but next Sunday is the home opener. And you guys want to be there. Trust me, you guys definitely want to be there. I will not be there, unfortunately, but we will definitely have everything will be set up there for East 32, and it'll be a good time. Less is more events. Lime Tickets is the #1 place to get all your tickets to anything sports or concert related around the U.S. If you guys want to give them a call at 202-930-3533, tell them I sent you. They have prices for less than the competition, allowing you to have more fun. Lime Tickets, make sure you follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Less Is More Events. And last but certainly not least, remember we got the Tailgreeter Tailgate Tour in Philadelphia for the Philly Finvasion, the FedEx Takeover, and the Baltimore Beatdown. Make sure you go to tailgreeter.com or download the app today and type in either Philly Finvasion, Baltimore Beatdown, or FedEx Takeover to get all your tickets to everything there today. All right, we got a lot to talk about today. The Aaron Rodgers injury last night was pretty big. We're going to talk about that. What does that mean for the AFC East? I'm going to break it all down. I'm going to give you my thoughts on everything, and then I'm going to open up the lines for you guys to come on. A little personal news, and a lot of you already know this, 89 of you in the building. Hit the like button. Only 24 likes. Keep on hitting the like button. I appreciate it. Let me say hello to the people in the chat real quick, and then I'll give you a little bit of my personal news. So I like to, guys, keep you abreast of what's going on in my life. Gabriel Sosa was the #1 person in the chat today. Shout out to you, Gabriel. Joker Jones, what is going on, Joker Jones? Jermaine is in the building. Dolphins times Tua. JD, the great one. Taz 88 is in the building. Manalo, Bucks, Rays, and Bolts. JD, the great one. Rob, Vincent Welshman. Good morning, Vincent Welshman. Good morning, Fin Fam. The Buffalo Bills fraud department says we not that team. Let's see here. Todd Liberto, what is going on, Todd? 305 Dolphin. OG Barry, Jermaine, Michael K. Hey, look, welcome back. I just so everybody knows, I don't have beef with people. Michael K is in the chat. I appreciate everybody who comes and supports the channel. Thank you for coming, brother. I appreciate it, man. Rob is in the building. OG Barry. Who else is up? Lakers All Day is in here. What's going on, Lakers All Day? Adam Sadowski, obviously. Miss Finns, who's going to help co-host Friday morning with our man Jason Sarney. So that's gonna be good stuff. What else we got here, man? What else do we have here? CCRR. What's going on, CCRR? Greg Fontaine, one of my favorite people in the world. What's going on, Greg? How are you? Kane's 1989. Colin LaRoche, Zach Turk, Finn Daddy, Dougie B. Big Dougie B is in the building. What's going on? Marty Marr, Andres Negron, Wayne D. Experience, my man Wayne. What's up, Wayne? How are you, buddy? And Trucker Sean, I think, is somewhere in here too. Let's go. Let's go. 86 of y'all in the building. We're keeping on growing. 89 of y'all now. Share the link. Let people know that we're live. We're gonna have an abbreviated show today, but we're gonna keep it here. And we're gonna bring you on because this is a show that was created for the fans by a fan, me. And I hope you guys are gonna enjoy all the content here today. Little personal news. A lot of you know. I am moving to Mississippi. Today is like one of my last 2 official days here in Maryland. I go pick up the truck tomorrow. We load the truck on Thursday, and I'll officially be gone like 6 a.m. Friday morning. Got to get the apartment cleaned out. This is the last room that kind of still has stuff on the wall. Everything's pretty much taken down except for the TV. Yeah, we live in a 2-bedroom apartment up here in Mississippi. And, my wife, who's from Mississippi, we started looking around to see what we have 2 kids, 7 and 9, and we just couldn't live in a 2-bedroom apartment anymore. Right. And, we had the opportunity to see, what housing might look like down there. And we found a really beautiful home, and God blessed us with the opportunity to purchase my first home. So I purchased my first home, signed the paperwork this morning, which is why we're late. So it's I'm really blessed. I want to thank God. Without him, none of this would be possible. But I want to thank you guys too, because, the last 3 years, I deal with depression and anxiety. And, for me, I've talked about my struggles on here on the show. For me, you guys, and mentally have been so good for me, doing this show on a regular basis, day in, day out basis. And I love doing this, and I hope to keep it moving forward and making it bigger and making it better and just making it even the content even better as we move forward, man. So, I'm moving into a house, and I haven't lived in a house like this ever. So, look, I'm excited. I'm really excited about everything. I am stressed out of my mind, to be perfectly honest with you. As a matter of fact, I don't know if I've been this stressed since a little over 6 years ago when I went into recovery. That's how stressed I am. Moving is one thing. Moving, several states away is a totally different thing. And then, look, as far as the tailgates are concerned, Baltimore, DC, and Philly, all those are still on. I'm going to be flying up here for those. I have my friend Ryan Keeling, one of my best friends in the world, helping me out. It's going to be good stuff. So, just a lot of work to do. The next week, my hope is that I can get somebody for you every day of those weeks. Every day of those weeks, every day of the week while I'm gone. I plan to be out for at least 6 to 7 days. So hoping I can get somebody for Wildin' Out Wednesday. I'm trying to do that. Matter of fact, Level 2 Noob, check your whatchamacallit, your DMs on Twitter. Thursday, I'm going to have Cameron on. Cameron is going to do a show. Friday, it looks like Jason Sarney and Miss Finns are going to do a show. Shout out to Miss Finns for helping me out. CB83 is going to do a show as well. Lewis is going to help. Just a lot of stuff to do. So it's a lot. But I'm here. I'm grinding. I'm keeping it moving. And I apologize for being late today, but I had to get the paperwork signed for the house purchase. We're closing today. And yeah, it's fun. It's stressful, but it's fun, and I'm blessed. And I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for doing what I love to do, because I don't think mentally I'd be in a position to do that. And being able to do the show has helped me tremendously. Um, from a mental standpoint of just becoming the man and the person I want to be. So thank you so much to you guys. All right. Lot to get into from a sports standpoint. Enough about me. Okay. Last night, New York Jets play the Buffalo Bills in New York. Shout out to the AFC East Roundtable show who did a live show from there. Richie from New York Jets Media, Dan Mitchell from Buffalo Bills, TD Fins Talk, and that other Patriots fella who we don't name up here. And they did a great show. It was really good. I enjoyed watching their stuff. But the game last night was in New York. Here's what I was ultimately hoping to see last night before the game started. I said, you know what? I just kind of want to get a feel of where the Dolphins compare to the Bills and the Jets, right? Like, I just wanted to get a good measuring stick of what something like that would look like for the Dolphins. Are we, because look, I'm very, very happy with the Dolphins in the game on Sunday. To go just to kind of, if you missed yesterday's show, Victory Monday, you missed a hell of a show. Well, let me tell you, for me, the Miami Dolphins and what they did on Sunday, I mean, I think offensively they're the best team in the NFL, and it's not even close. I really mean that. I think what Tua did and what Tyreek do and putting them together, I mean, it's like LeBron and Kyrie, because I'll never say Jordan and Pippen. Okay. Like, that's how good they are. It's like LeBron and Dwayne Wade. It's like LeBron and Dwayne Wade and Chris Paul. And not Chris Paul, and Chris Bosh. That's how good Tyreek and Tua are together. It's the Heatles all over again. Okay. I am super excited to see the Dolphins and what the trajectory is for them. I don't think they're going to face as good of an offense, with the exception of maybe Kansas City this year. But again, as far as last night was concerned, I need to see how we measure up. And I know that we can put points on the board. I know that when the Dolphins need a stop on defense, that they're able to accomplish it. I would like to see certain things. I would like to see our Vic Fangio make certain decisions after halftime. But neither here or there. It's week one. It's a learning curve. This is kind of where we're at. So yesterday for me was, okay, I'm going to see the Jets. I'm going to see the Bills. I know that last year, even the Jets beat the Bills. And, with the way the team was constructed last year, so we should really get a chance to see. Now, for those of you who watch the show, you know a couple things. Number one, I have said vehemently that I believe that the Bills' window is closed. I think they're regressed. I don't think they're as good as people make them out to be. I think there's trouble in paradise. And I have always said that I think that Josh Allen, and I know, the Bills fans are going to hate on me, and that's fine. That's what it is. I think that Josh Allen is a fraud. I really do. I've said it for a long time. Looking last night, I think I was confirmed with that. 3 interceptions, a fumble, 4 turnovers last night. He has thrown 84 interceptions since he has come into the league. He has thrown more interceptions than he has games started. Need y'all to hear that again. Josh Allen has thrown more interceptions than he has games started in the NFL. I knew last year the Dolphins were a better football team than the Buffalo Bills based on games 1, 2, and 3 against them. We beat them in game 1 here in Miami. I was there for that. It was absolutely amazing. And I knew at that moment that the Dolphins could handle a down for down, tick for tack, facing a tough team like Buffalo, right? I said that they were tough, right? And their defense is formidable. And I knew that the Dolphins could do what they needed to do against their team. And Tua showed me a lot of poise in that first game. Fast forward to December. I think Tua played a hell of a game in that December game. And I think we should have easily won that game. Now we can say ands, ifs, buts, whatever. Excuses are like asses. Everyone has one. Yours just stinks. I get it. But to me, the December game, in my opinion, there was an equal, blame, but actually there's not equal blame. I still blame December's loss on Boyer's play calling in the fourth quarter. Defensive scheme in the fourth quarter. But we should have easily won that game in December. And we played a hell of a game then. And then in the playoff game with a third-string quarterback, mind you, they only lost by 3 after putting, 30 points on the board, right? It was 34-31, something like that. So I know that the Dolphins are already better in my eyes than the Buffalo Bills. Now, did I know what the New York Jets had without Aaron Rodgers behind center? Yes. I knew that they had an up-and-coming defense. I respect Robert Saleh. I've said that many times on this show. I like what Sauce Gardner does. I don't think he's overrated. I think he's legit. They didn't even throw the ball his way. It didn't matter because the other guy last night had 3 interceptions. He had 3 interceptions his entire year last year, and he had 3 interceptions in one night last night. So, I knew that their defense was good, right? Is it great? No, but I knew it was good. I knew it was probably top 10 defense in the NFL, and it is. I knew that they have weapons. Breece Hall, by the way, side note, think it's hilarious you spend $8 million on Dalvin Cook for him to still be the number 2 in New York, because Breece Hall, to me, looked like he was the number 1 last night. I don't know how y'all felt about that. I think it's funny that the Jets went out and spent $8 million on a number 2 running back. Just my opinion. But I look at that and I say, all right, the Jets, Bills, I want to see what happens. Game starts. I'm not watching the game at the moment. I turn on the game with 9 minutes or 8 minutes in the first quarter. I had just missed the beginning of the game. That was it. Half the first quarter, not even half the first quarter. And as I turn on the game, I see Aaron Rodgers getting on a cart out of the blue medical tent. And I say, what the hell? What happened? What did I miss? I proceed to then turn on Twitter, or X, formerly known as Twitter, and look, and it's going crazy. The man played 4 snaps, didn't complete a pass, and his season was over. It's insane how that is, right? For me, just looking around the NFL, I think a lot of teams will put a lot of money into a player to be their offense. And what they don't take the time to do is put a team together the organic way. Dolphins did a little bit of both. We spent a lot of money on Tyreek Hill, but I think we went around the other way and this is where Greer comes in. And I look at that and I say, look, the Dolphins did a little bit of, took the best of both worlds from those scenarios. The Jets literally knew I think the Jets kind of are in a similar boat, but they definitely put all their eggs in the basket with Aaron Rodgers. I don't want to see anybody get hurt. I don't wish hurt upon anybody. Those are facts. But if I wouldn't be look, let's be real. What happened last night is the most Jet thing to happen. The Jets lose their former NFL MVP who played 4 snaps for them. We had Jet fans on social media last night as he's running out the tunnel with the flag talking about Super Bowl, baby, Super Bowl. And 4 offensive snaps later, it's over. It's a wrap. Now, they beat the Bills last night. But to be fair, the Jets didn't beat the Bills. Josh Allen beat the Bills last night. Josh Allen lost that game single-handedly last night. That's how I feel about it. I think both teams are scrubs. I think they're both frauds. It is the most New York Jet thing to happen since the New York Jets last year, because every year they seem to jet themselves out of a football season. They have some of the worst luck in all of football. I'm not saying we don't, but the Jets definitely do. I was so I have to admit, I was surprised. Because Aaron Rodgers is a little bit different, right? He's built a little bit different. He's out for the year with an Achilles injury. That's insane to me. Absolutely insane to me. I don't know what to say other than I think that what does this mean for the rest of the AFC East? Well, number one, let's take the rest of the last night's game. I watched the rest of last night's game. Josh Allen looked horrible. Stephon Diggs walked off that field, and all I could think of is mentally he's saying, how the hell do I get out of Buffalo? I don't want to be here no more. I think the players were really upset with Josh Allen last night. They can say what they want. I saw their faces. It did not look good on that sideline. The Jets lose their Pro Bowl, former Super Bowl winning MVP quarterback, and they still win the game. That's how bad the Bills are. Okay? Just want to throw that out there. Because there is no way on God's green earth that the Jets should have won last night's game after what happened to them. Off of mental alone, they should have lost that game. Forget anything else. We know how it is when you lose a star player. It messes with your bench. It messes with the psyche of the game. They knew seeing him getting carted off. Nope, he's done. It's a wrap. There's no reason why the Jets should have won last night's game. And then for them to win in overtime on a kickoff return, again, is so Jets. So Jets. And Zach Wilson, oh man, talk about a guy who I'll say this. I respect the Jets defense. They're legit. I respect Breece Hall. He's legit. But I'll say the same thing that I said last year, or that I said in the preseason, or in training camp. The New York Jets were a 7-win team last year. Aaron Rodgers is good enough to give you 3 to 4 extra wins. 3 wins. I'll say minimum 3 wins. Aaron Rodgers is no longer here. The Jets beat the Bills last year with the team that they had. So I will still say that I think the Jets are a 7 to 8 win team this year. Facts. And I think the Buffalo Bills will be, I don't know if they'll be worse than the Jets, but they're going to be right there playing for 2 or 3. The AFC East, in my opinion, went from possibly having 3 teams making the playoffs to I think that only one team's going to make the playoffs, and that's going to be the division winner, which ultimately is going to be the Miami Dolphins, because I don't see the Bills competing with them. I don't see the Jets competing with them. And I damn sure don't see the New England Patriots competing with them. What does this say for the AFC East? Miami just doesn't need to screw up. I talk about the Jets being the Jet and jetting it up. The Dolphins do not need to dolphin it up. And those are facts, because, look, we have our own can of worms, too, that we can dive into. Our own bad luck, our own bad mojo, all that. We don't need to dive into all that. What I'm saying is we need to take care of business, one game at a time. But the only way the Dolphins lose this year is by beating themselves. Facts. We are the best team in the AFC East, on paper and in real life. There's no other offense in the NFL that can compete with us minus Kansas City. And even then, it's still going to be, that game in Germany is going to be fun. Fun to watch. But there is no way, shape, or form that any AFC East team is going to compete with the Miami Dolphins. I promise you all that. Now, to be fair, let me say a couple of things. Even in years where the Dolphins were horrible, 1-15, 3-13, 6-10, we still had games where we competed against the Patriots in those years when they were dominating the AFC East. Why is that? Because division opponents always play well against division opponents, no matter how bad or good the teams are. Because nobody knows your team better than your division opponents. I get that. I'll give that. But I'm going to still stick to my statement that the only way the Dolphins lose is by the Dolphins dolphining it up. And Dolphin fans know exactly what I'm talking about. Because there's no other team out there that can compete with us, with the exception of Kansas City. The Patriots, who in my opinion are the worst team in the AFC East, almost beat the Philadelphia Eagles in week 1. Now it's week 1. Okay, I understand that some upsets happen week 1. I understand. But I'm still going to say that I think we beat the Eagles. When I did my win-loss record, I had us at 14 wins. Do I think we're good enough for 14 wins? Of course I do. Do I think that we will win 14 wins? I think a lot of things need to go our way. I am not celebrating the Rodgers injury. I want to beat teams at their best. I don't ever want there to be an excuse of, well, you beat the team because this person didn't have this person on said team. In order to be a champion, you have to beat the best. You're never going to be a champion by just beating scrub teams. But to be fair, the AFC East teams, with the exception of the Miami Dolphins, if it looks like a scrub and sounds like a scrub, they might be scrubs. And I think the Patriots, Jets, and Bills all look like scrub teams. They do. And I understand, Steven, don't jinx it. I'm knocking on wood. I get it. I understand. But let's be honest with ourselves. The Patriots have a good defense. It's a Bill Belichick-led team. Of course they do. The Jets have probably the best defense in the AFC East. But that doesn't matter when the team that you're facing against in your division can put up any amount of points in 9 seconds or 9 minutes at any point in time. Our offense is deadly whether we have 9 seconds or 9 minutes. Those are facts. At any point in time, the game, one play, totally game changed. We know that we can be down by 28 points or 21 points in the fourth quarter and come back and win a football game. We've done it. I don't want to hear just, oh, Tua's just one time. No, Tua's done it a couple times now where he's put up 450-plus yard games. The Dolphins, in my opinion, are the best team in the NFL right now. I said it, and I'm not afraid to say it. After week 1, and I get it, it's just after week 1, I think the Dolphins are the best team in the NFL. Chiefs lose to the Detroit Lions. Now, granted, it's a Chiefless team without Travis Kelce and without Chris Jones, but the way it looked after week 1, Dolphins looked like they had the best team. Well, Steven, they gave up 32 points. Or whatever it was, 32, right? When our defense needed to show up, they showed up. And are there games I mean, are there teams that can make that you can argue with me are better than the Dolphins? Of course. San Francisco's one of those teams, right? 100%. Chiefs are probably one of those teams with a healthy Travis Kelce and with Chris Jones. They're a totally different team. I get it. So if you don't want to say the Dolphins are the best, you can easily say they're top 5 team in the NFL. That you can't argue with me about. The Dolphins are a top 5 team in the NFL. Can't argue with me with that. You can argue with me about number 1. I think they are the best. But they're 100% a top 5 team. You can make the argument for San Fran. You can make the argument for Dallas. You can make the argument for the Chiefs. Am I missing anybody else that you can really make the argument for? If I'm struggling to think of a 4th team, come on, let's be honest. Let's be honest. The Dolphins are legit. They're legit. For the first time in my memory as a fan, Dolphins are legit. I get it's too early to say X, Y, and Z. I understand Dolphin fans want to be reserved. Steven, don't jinx it. It's too early to say. Look, man, you get your bags of hopium here. All day, every day. Come here, get your bag of hopium. Go out into the world and spread it and give it out to other people and let them know that the Miami Dolphins are coming. What does my man Dion say? What does Coach Prime say? We coming. Oh, we coming. For those who don't believe, keep on not believing. Guess what? We believe. We believe. We believe. I'm about to be like Coach Prime in my shows for my Hopium people. I'm about to be like Coach Prime about the Dolphins. What you weren't nah, you don't believe. You didn't believe. You didn't believe then, you don't believe now. That's okay. Don't believe. Don't believe when the Dolphins are sitting playing in February in Vegas. Yes, I'm hyped. Yes, I believe. Yes, I have hopium. You didn't believe, but God did, though. I like that, Mark Wayne. But Steven did, though. You ain't believed, but Steven believed. I believe the Dolphins are a top 5 team in the NFL unequivocally. And in my opinion, I think they are the best team in the NFL. You say what you want. I think Sunday night, we're going to take care of business against the Patriots on national television on Sunday Night Football. And people are going to walk away saying, damn, Dolphins are 2-0? 2-0? And people are going to be like, okay, let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it. What we got? What we got? Listen to me when I tell y'all, Dolphins fans. The Miami Dolphins are going to be, after Sunday Night Football, 2-0, sitting atop of the division and in the driver's seat in the AFC. I'm just telling y'all, don't shoot the messenger. Go watch for yourself. Go become a believer. Go watch Timothy Tagovailoa and let me know how you feel about Timothy. Timothy is him. He is him. Uno is him. Okay? So what I'm going to do right now is, I know some of you all don't agree with me, or some of you do. I'm going to drop the link. Y'all can get up here. Y'all can tell me how you feel. I'll bring y'all on one at a time. And yeah, I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you on Hot Take Tuesday. What do you guys feel? How do you feel right now after last night's game between the Jets and the Bills about the Dolphins being arguably the best team in the NFL, maybe the best team, or the best team in the AFC East, and maybe the best team in the NFL. All right, first person that came on, Mark from Bills Mafia. Good morning, Mark.
Hey, good morning, Steven. Very first thing I wanted to say was congratulations to the Miami Dolphins for an absolutely great game on Sunday. Totally entertaining. Tua was absolutely fantastic. Hill was amazing. Fangio's defense in the last couple of minutes of the game when the Chargers had a chance to go down and kick a game-winning field goal, top drawer. That was good stuff.
Dude,
that was entertaining.
It was a fun game to watch. And I personally believe that it showed the rest of the NFL what the Dolphins are about and where the Dolphins are heading moving forward in the future, personally.
Yeah, and then, of course, I have to come up and say that I thought Tua was going to get killed behind that offensive line. I was totally wrong. I'm the first one to admit it when I'm wrong.
No, but, Mark, to be fair, Dolphins fans, including myself, we were skeptical about that O-line, right? And rightfully so, right? But I think that Butch Barry could be an answer, right? In my opinion, without a superstar on that roster, on that offensive line, that's one of the best the offensive lines have looked in the last 10 years in that game.
There was no pressure from Mac, no pressure from Joey Bosa. There was nothing going on. Tua had one pass that he threw that was bad in comparison to the number of absolutely horrendous passes that Josh Allen threw stupidly last night and cost him the football game. That was, I'm from a Buffalo fan, that was an absolutely horrendous.
That was the worst game of Josh Allen's career.
That was absolutely horrible. I mean, the first interception, yeah, you can say, well, that was a punt. The second interception, he's not even looking where the safety is, who's dropping back into coverage and making an easy pick. The third interception, he didn't throw the ball where it needed to be thrown. And the safety came up on the play and made the play. And then he fumbles a snap. The offensive line was being dominated by the Jets completely. Receivers weren't getting open. It was a disgraceful performance.
It was not, to be fair, it was not what I expected at all from them. But I will say this, and you and I disagree on this, and that's fine. It's okay to disagree. I think that your window's closed. I think your team has regressed, and I don't just say that now, the night after. I've been saying that all preseason, and you know I have. So,
Steven, it looked like the window was closed on their necks last night, and they were like groping around to get out.
Look, I'm going to be real with you, Mark. There is no reason that any team should have lost to the New York Jets last night after what happened to the Jets.
Yeah. I don't know. I have no idea where their heads were last night. I hope they turn it around. But right now, I will unequivocally say, and I'm a Bills fan, that Miami's the best team in the AFC East. Period. End of statement.
Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it here. Mark from Bills Mafia said that, write it down, 11:52 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, September the 12th, 2023, that the Dolphins are the best team in the AFC East. I appreciate it, Mark. Mark.
Hey, you've got to be honest to yourself, and you have to be honest to what you're seeing on the field. I saw what I saw Sunday was, completely impressed me.
Yeah.
Hill impressed me. The offensive line impressed me. Tua impressed me. The defensive running game, defense against the run wasn't good. But then on the other hand, they made the plays when they needed to play. And it's all about scoreboard. And right now, the Bills are the strongest team in the division because they are fourth. They're holding everybody up.
Who's the
and the Jets? The Jets
in the division.
Pardon?
Who's the strongest team in the division?
The Bills are the strongest team in the division because they're holding up the other three teams because they're on the bottom right now.
I like it. Their shoulders are hurting. Their backs are hurting. I ain't mad at that.
We are currently pinned to fourth place in the AFC East. We'll see what happens as the season goes along.
I got to give you your credit, man. It takes. I'm impressed that you came up here and said that. I know other Dolphin fans want to hate on it, but let's get something straight. I appreciate you saying that because I think it's true. I'm not just saying it because I'm a Dolphins fan. The facts are there.
And I am and as far as Aaron Rodgers' injury is concerned, well, there goes the Jets season, and there goes $107 million down the tubes. but that's their
Not,
problem, not ours. I'm
not
sure.
Not only does there goes Aaron the season, I think Aaron Rodgers will never play a snap in the NFL, in my opinion.
I think you're right, but I am fairly certain you've got a lot of Dolphin fans on the line. I want to enjoy their commentary and everything. You have a great day. You have a great move. Be safe and send us some pictures of the new place.
Follow me on Instagram at Stephen D SKPL. Spread kindness, positivity, and love. And I
will do, Stephen. You folks have a great day.
I appreciate it, man. Be good.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show. Over 170 of y'all watching right now. Thank you so much for watching. Keep watching. Hit the like button. Share the link. Let people know that we're live. The link is pinned to the top of the page if you want to get in. It's Hot Take Tuesday. Give me your hot take about how you feel about the AFC East currently right now, the Aaron Rodgers injury. What do you think about the Dolphins and everything? So let me bring on the next guest, the next caller, my brother from another mother. I love this man. Mr. Negative. What's up, Mr. Negative? How are you this morning?
Good, Steven. How are you doing, bud?
Pretty good, man. Excited to hear from you. How you been? How you doing?
Oh, good. I mean, I enjoyed the game Sunday. I give props to Tua. Played a great game. I can, admit when I'm wrong, and I thought I had the Chargers winning that game, but I have other concerns with the Dolphins. The defense, most notably, linebacking core is not very good. I don't know what we're going to do there. David Long Jr., I think that, I don't know.
Mr. Negative, here's, I don't mean to interrupt, but and, listen to my theory and tell me what you think of it. A couple of things. Number one, there's a learning curve, right? Just like there was last year with McDaniel's offense, there's going to be a learning curve with this defense. Number two, I think that some of the personnel that is suited here in Miami is more suited for pass rush, is more suited for blitzing. And I think that come the fourth quarter in that last drive, he's like, I need to go with what these players' strengths are. And he did it. So he adjusted to their strengths on that last drive at least. And so,
well, Steven, that's all well and good, but there are 58 other minutes in a game. And
right.
I'm sorry, I don't want my defense giving up 4+ drives of 70 yards for a touchdown. I mean, you're not going to play that kind of game where you can rely on 36 points. You're going to play in some defensive battles as well, right? And I'm sorry, that defense reminded me of the Tom Olivedati days, where, I mean, we had the great offense, we had the Swiss cheese defense, and we had no run game. I mean, that took me back to the 90s, and it's not going to be good enough. But, I mean, what I really wanted to point out, I mean, I'm going to give Miami their flowers. They got the win. That's all that matters. They played defense when they had to. I just have my concerns that Fangio can only do so much. And he pointed out in training camp, in the offseason, he still doesn't have his pieces. They didn't want to listen to him, right? He spelled it out, and he called out players, maybe not by name, but he was basically calling out that he doesn't have his guys. But anyway, going on last night's game, okay, Aaron Rodgers, obviously a huge loss for the Jets. Yes. But anyone who watched that game and didn't take away, that Jet defense is absolutely on fire. They were getting home with 4. They made Josh Allen look miserable out there. We don't do that to Josh Allen. That man owns us. He's 8-2 against us. He looks like he has Hall of Fame numbers against us. Okay? So if we don't get home with 4 against Allen, we're going to feel the pain, because you cannot sit back in a zone and face Josh Allen and expect to do well. But again, I'm not counting out the Jets. The Bills, hey, they still, give us problems. Even the Patriots give us problems. So it's only week 1. I think Miami is right now on paper the best team in this division, okay? With Rodgers now being out, I think Miami is the best team. But there are issues with the Dolphins. It's not all sunshine and lollipops, right? The kicking game is erratic. We don't know if Jason Sanders can make an extra point when we need him to. That's a fact. So again, I'm kind of keeping it grounded. I am.
Well, Mr. Negative, you can keep it grounded. I'm gonna be high on my hopium supply.
Steven, that's fine, Steven. Steven, that is perfectly fine. That is your right as a fan, right? But again, I just like to point out that okay. Again, it's week 1. We did this last year. I didn't do it, but a lot of fans did it. We were 3-0, AFC East champions after we beat the Bills, and then we saw what happened. Okay? That's all I'm saying. keep it grounded, and we'll see what happens.
To be fair, we saw what happened after Tua got hurt. And we know that when Tua got hurt, he was never the same.
Steven, Tua came back in December and went 0-4 with the Dolphins. I know he got concussed at Green Bay.
He was concussed, though.
Okay, he was concussed at Green Bay, Steven. That was the final game after losing 3 in a row. It doesn't matter. You lost 3 in a row. We are not a complete team.
But Mr. Negative, think about those 3 losses, right? Go back to I always want to say San Diego. Go back to the Chargers. Go back to the San Francisco game, and whatever, right? Let's call a spade, right? Like I say, they're the best team in the NFL. If people want to argue with me about San Francisco, I'm not going to argue with you, right? San Francisco, even last year, was one of the best teams in the NFL, and they probably are a top 2 or 3 team.
They are right now the top team in the NFL, top to bottom, all 3 phases. Exactly. There's no one better.
So we know a couple things last year about that San Fran game. We missed some throws, and our defensive scheme wasn't great, and we abandoned the run in certain plays, and it was a first-year head. Look, I know they're excuses. I get it. I understand that. But I'm also going to call it out when it's there, right? My opinion, look and go back and look at last year, the Chargers game. Tua had the worst half of his entire career in that first half. And then in the second half, especially, our defensive coordinators playing horrible schemes. The defensive scheme was absolutely atrocious in that game in the second half. So we got rid of him. We bring in Fangio, and I understand that Fangio didn't look any better yesterday or on Sunday. I get it. I understand it. Actually, he did look better, in my opinion. He just didn't look better for the first 58 minutes. But those last 2 minutes, he looked better than Boyer did. And at the end of the day, if we had the last 2 minutes or last 6 minutes last year different, it would have. I think we could have easily won last year's game. In my opinion, the Dolphins are deeper. They just need to execute what they have in their roster. And when they do that, they flourish, man. They flourish on the offensive side of the ball. They flourish on the defensive side of the ball. Yes, I agree that, man, can you please click an extra point and not have my heart go into my stomach and make me think, are we going to lose by a point on a freaking field goal? I get it. I understand it. But I'll be honest with you. The Dolphins need absolutely nothing what I saw on Sunday, except to just get better and make changes. I can
say that about 31 other teams, though, right now in the NFL.
Mr. Negative, there's some teams that are not going to do anything. And I can tell you right now. That's true. With the exception of Kansas City, and obviously the Chargers, with the exception of the Chargers and Kansas City, name me 2 or 3 other teams that can go tick for tack with us what we did on Sunday.
So a defense that could stop us? Is that what you're asking? Because I don't think anyone can. I don't think we can stop anyone. I mean, after that defensive performance.
Okay. But we did stop them in the fourth quarter, though, Mr. Negative.
Steven, you just asked me. You said, "What team can stay with us tit for tat?" Right? Like possession per possession. Correct. So I think teams could put up 30 on us weekly. I mean, that's not outrageous to think.
That's going to mean nothing if we're putting up 36 or 40. If we have the momentum.
And again, I got to counter that. A San Francisco defense could shut that down. They proved it last year.
So the Dolphins aren't going to go undefeated. Okay, but I still
know that. But it only matters in week 1 of the playoffs, right? You're one and done. It doesn't matter anyway. The regular season doesn't matter at that point. So again,
you got to get through the regular season in order.
Right, Steven, and my point is this: you have to be playing at a high level in all 3 phases. That's what a Super Bowl champion does.
And just like you're telling me that, hey, it's week 1. I'm not going to get too high. I'm going to let the season play out. I'm going to say the same thing to you. It's week 1. Let's see. It's week 1 in a brand new defensive scheme with a brand new defensive coordinator who likes to do things his way. And Steven, to be fair, he swallowed his pride on that last drive.
Steven,
needed to be done to stop.
I was the one in the offseason out here telling everyone to pump the brakes on Fangio. It's going to take time for his defense.
You did.
And I was called an idiot by a lot of people. I was called an idiot.
I didn't call you an idiot, but
I know you didn't, Steven. I know you didn't. But I told people to pump the brakes, that it takes time to learn a new scheme. Some Dolphin fans think that the guy just parachutes in and all of a sudden we're the 85 Bears. It doesn't work that way.
Hey, we can hope. We can dream.
We can hope that, like we're going to get the 85 Bears linebacking core just parachuting out of the sky.
Can we get a Super Bowl shuffle like the 85 Bears?
Steven, that's why
we love Fruity Pebbles in a major way. Sorry, go ahead.
That's why I like you, Steven, because you know what? You do provide the hopium. You remind me of me back in the 90s, okay? Yep. When I still had hopium, when every year I thought that the Dolphins were invincible, that they were always going to beat everybody, and it would be the Buffalo Bills that would just gut punch me and send me home crying. That was me every year. Hopefully, this is the year, Steven. I hope everybody's right. I really want it to happen, and hopefully we get it done. I'm just saying that, you know what? It was funny. I'll make this last point, and then I want to.
Hey, shout out to Kurt. Kurt donated $10. He said, for Chiefs, no. Dallas, San Francisco, yes. 234 rushing yards, 34 points. Curtis just sent a $10 donation saying.
I will say this. Sorry, awesome donation. I will say this, Steven, just before I go, is that in '93 the Dolphins, and I'm not comparing, but the situations are kind of similar. The Dolphins lost Dan Marino, right, to Achilles, for those not old enough to remember. And then they had Scott Mitchell, Doug Peterson, Steve.
Doug Peterson played in that year, right?
Yeah, he did. He played in that Philly game where Shula got the record. So I mean, again,
Steve DeBerg played in that game in that Dallas game where we won and then we ended up losing 5 straight.
Right. So I'm gonna give the Jet fans a little shout out here, who might be feeling down. Right, is that we lost our Hall of Fame quarterback to a similar injury, right? And they still, Dolphins still rallied and they got to 9-2. Well, the Jets, hey, they could do the same thing with that defense and that running game. Just ask Zach Wilson, to throw 5 to 10 passes and let him game manage and let that defense just lead the way. And you never know.
Look, I will be fair to. The Jets defense is legit, but I said that last year. But to be fair, I still think they're a 7 to 8 win team.
Well, they also lost Breece Hall. They also lost Breece Hall when they were 7-3, Steve.
Hey, by the way, is it not hilarious that you went out and spent $8 million on a running back to only be the number 2?
You know what? Hey, it's a change of pace. I don't agree with the move. I think paying $8 million to a running back is a little bit foolish. However, but now
right now.
With that 1-2 punch, though, Steven, that's a heck of a running back room. So,
hey, I'm going to throw this out there. You ready, Mr. Negative? I'm going to put this theory out there so people can
fire away.
Ready?
Fire away.
Jets go on a losing streak. They start out the season like 2-5, 2-6, 3-7, whatever. Okay.
I wouldn't mind that at all.
And then all of a sudden, the Jets are on the phone. Dalvin says, "I need to get out of here. I wanted to win a Super Bowl." And they call up the Dolphins and they say, "Hey, look, man, can you just send us Mike White back? And we'll give you Dalvin. We'll pay most of the contract on Dalvin. Just give us Mike White back." And
Steven,
Mike White for Dalvin Cook.
I'd rather have Jonathan Taylor.
So would I. But how funny would that be if that happened? That would be hilarious.
The Jets are not trading for Mike White. Mike White is a turnover machine.
Mr. Negative, I'm putting this out there in the universe. Mike White is the savior of the Jets season. Okay, he's the only person that can come and save them. All right, that's it.
All right, Steven, you have a great day.
Jets season.
You have a great day, Steven.
Love you, brother. Be good, man.
Take care.
Oh, I love it, man. Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show. Clock Blockers right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. Hit the like button, donate to the channel, help the channel grow, and most importantly, share the link. Let people know that we're live. Let me bring on the next caller, D'Angelo. What's up, D'Angelo? What's going on?
What's up, money, man?
What's up, D'Angelo, my boy? What's good?
Boy, hey, I made sure I was off Sunday. I'm off every Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So I could clock in with the clockers.
Let
me tell you something, Steven. Let me tell you something. I was on, I forgot, but I told Miss Finn before the season started. They did one thing, and I told them That's how we win games. You know what I told her, Steven?
What'd you tell her?
Similar to what I told you. Under no matter of fact, even on your last show, under no circumstances, bench one guy and you'll win. And I told her that was Eichenberg.
Look, let's be honest. Kendall Lamb played a great game.
And Isaiah Wynn came in
Wynn came in and did what he needed to do. But to me, the MVP on the offensive line was Austin Jackson. By far. He shut down Joey Bosa for 4 quarters. There was no sacks on Tua. And by the way, that defense had Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa. It wasn't a scrub defense. Let's be fair.
No, I noticed that. And like I said, this is why we the best team, Steven. Matter of fact, let me cut my camera on for the top man. Yeah, this is why. You see what I'm saying? And you know what's back there.
I know it, baby. I got you.
You know what's back there.
I like it. Go ahead. I'm all ear, baby. I'm all ear.
But listen, I heard what Mr. Negative was talking about. Listen, I don't care what he's talking about. We the best team. Long as Eichenberg do not start, Mr. Steven, we are gonna be the best team. Okay, Vic Fangio. First off, he did. That's what a coordinator do. The first 3 quarters, and plus he told you his players not there. When he told you players, he wanted to say Jalen Ramsey, but did not want to bash nobody. Because when a run start working, Ramsey is a good blitzer now.
Yeah, but so here, I'm going to tell you a stat that I put up yesterday, and I'm pretty sure I liked it. Let me just make sure. Yesterday, where's it at? I want to
with my homeboy throwing 466 and y'all talking about Herbert a better quarterback. Give it to him, Steven. Give my man Tua some respect as the best.
Put some respect onto his name. All right, here we go. Per PFF, Vic Fangio blitzed Justin Herbert 13 times the entire game and 42 dropbacks. 13 times. And Herbert was sacked 3 of those times out of that 13. On the 13 blitzes that Fangio sent the entire game, Herbert was 7 for 10 for 36 yards. Let me tell you again.
That's
was
a good
7 for 10 on 36 yards on the 13 blitzes. Last December, Josh Boyer blitzed Herbert 29 of his 56 dropbacks. Herbert was also sacked 3 times on those blitzes. So what I will tell you is Fangio is a lot more calculated in what he does. But to be fair, he got the same production from the defense in 13 blitzes that Boyer took in 29 blitzes last year, right?
Cole stepped up.
It is. That's a Cole stat, right? Here's what I want him to do. I said, if he just increases it by 10%, I said this yesterday on the show, if he just increased his blitzes by 10%, I don't think that game would have been as close as it was yet on Sunday. I don't. I think he just needs to tweak it just a little bit, not a lot. And I also think that as we grow and as we evolve, the defense will start learning that scheme a little bit better. And what I do know is yesterday, today, Wednesday, Thursday, if you don't think these guys are on their tablets or in the green or in the film room,
they on there.
What I want to see on Sunday night. Now, granted, Wack Jones is no Justin Herbert. I'll be fair with you. There is nobody on that offense that I am scared of in New England. But I do want to see adjustments from the defense and how they're utilizing the blitz, how they're bringing press coverage, or how they're pressuring the quarterback. Because I said, look, Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, yeah, those guys, we might have to play a little bit differently and things. But I'm not scared of Wack Jones. I'm not scared of Zach Wilson. I'm not scared of who else? Daniel Jones, who, by the way, got killed by Dallas. You know, or any of these rookie quarterbacks that we're going to be facing. The Dolphins just need to make some adjustments. And I think just by tweaking some minor adjustments, in my opinion, you will see a significant change on the scoreboard for the offense, for the team, for the opponent's team.
You're right, because it'll be a perfect season. It'll be a perfect season, Steven.
I don't know if it'll be a perfect
season.
Listen,
I want you to hear.
Solo are talking about 20-0.
No, I want you to hear from me. If they do it, Steven, it will be. It will be, man. It will. Steven.
I am excited. I think that it's going to be fine. I think that the Dolphins are going to be fine. Anything else before I let you go, D'Angelo?
Yes. I'm going to tell you this one last thing, and I want you to listen. I got my money saved up, Steven. Okay. I'm telling you, when the Super Bowl comes, Steven, I'm going to have my money for you, and I will be at the tailgate with you, my brother. That's all I want to know.
My boy, I've already talked to Tailgreeter. Because we're talking a lot about these tailgates and everything for Baltimore, DC, and Philly. And we had just a quick conversation. I was like, well, what about the Vegas tailgate in February? And they're like, don't worry, we got it planned. We're good. So
I got my money right, Steven. Let me know. And however you want it to get sent, I'll send it to you, man.
Yeah, man. I am super, super stoked about it. It should be good. I appreciate it, D'Angelo. You're the man, brother. Thank you for coming on, man.
Most definitely. You already know.
Love you,
go
brother.
Dolphins, man.
I love it, man. I love y'all fans. Y'all are the best fans in the world. There's nobody better than Miami Dolphin fans, and those are the facts. Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show, Clock Blockers, right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. I put the link to the top of the page, and I also put it in the chat again. Get up here. I would love to get a couple more people on before I go today. I see some people up in here that I haven't talked to in a while. Get on. Let me hear from you. It's Hot Take Tuesday. Give me your hot take. What do you think will happen with the Dolphins moving forward? Do you think the Dolphins are currently the best team in the AFC? Is Tua the best quarterback in the AFC? Let me know what you think. How do you feel? First of all, I think those are easy questions to answer, even if you're a Bills, Jets, or a Cheatriots fan. I think that they're very easy questions to answer. Let me say a couple things while I'm waiting for somebody else to come into the back room here and get on and talk with me. Number one, I think that Dolphins fans need to realize that the Dolphins have a second hardest schedule in the NFL. And that with every win that they get, it's a quality win. It is a quality win. We're facing New England on Sunday night in New England on primetime, where the Dolphins don't normally do great there, right? Or do great in primetime. I'm telling you right now, if the Dolphins come out and put up 30 plus and do it, I don't even think they need to put up 30 plus, but if they do, great. If they make a statement and absolutely shut down New England, which I think ultimately they will, how do you not put Miami as a favorite to win the Super Bowl? I'm not saying that the Patriots are good. They're not a great team, but they're not a bad, horrible team either. Are they the worst team in the AFC East? Yes, but the worst team in the AFC East is still better than probably at least a third of the league. So, you know, I look around the NFL and I say to myself, okay, looking at the Dolphins, looking at, you know, where we're going to be, and looking at, you know, the rest of the NFL and the schedule, I think the things are lining up in the Dolphins' favor. And it's going to be a fun ride. If you didn't walk away from the Chargers game thinking to yourself, oh boy, we did this week 1. Oh man. Because what I do know is we're going to do this again. We're going to put up some points a couple more times this year, maybe a few more times this year. And there's nobody in the NFL right now that can stop Tyreek Hill. There's nobody. Cannot stop Tyreek Hill. Jalen Waddle. I'm just telling you right now, I'm so excited to see the future of what the Dolphins have. And I just don't know a team that can compete with them tick for tack the way I was telling Mr. Negative. There is nobody, in my opinion, in the NFL that can compete with them and go tick for tack, with the exception of maybe Patrick Mahomes on offense. On offense. That Chiefs game in Germany is going to be a good one. It's going to be a real good measuring stick for where we're currently at. But we got to go. We have to go 1 week at a time. So I can talk about that Chiefs game, but let's talk about the Patriots. Am I scared of Wack Jones? No. Do I think that they have any really weapons on offense? I do not. So the Dolphins don't have to necessarily put up 30. They just have to do better on defense than what they did. That's for sure. But I don't think that the Dolphins are going to, I think the Dolphins are going to destroy. Let me say it again. Destroy New England on prime time. I really believe it. I really think that I really believe it. All right. Hey, look, I'm going to give a couple more minutes to see if anybody wants to come in the back room and get on with me. If not, I'm going to start doing my final thoughts here for no other reason than I'm just waiting to hear back from my realtor about officially being the homeowner, because they're signing the paperwork now as we speak. The sellers. We signed our paperwork earlier this morning, and now they're signing theirs. So it's exciting. It is exciting. Hit the like button, donate to the channel, help the channel grow. Tomorrow is going to be Wildin' Out Wednesday. Wildin' Out Wednesday is a crazy show. I'm going to see who can host that. And I'm still trying to find a host for tomorrow's show. Thursday, you will definitely have Cameron and a couple of other people. And then Friday's Jason Sarney and Miss Finns. And then I'm working on early next week too. All right, I got somebody else in the back room here. Triple S Podcast. Good morning, Triple S Podcast. What's up?
What's going on, Steven?
Hey man, I am just taking it one moment at a time. But tell me, man, where are you at? What do you think? Give me your thoughts about everything.
I'm so high on this team, but it's so hard. Like you said, you have to take it one day at a time. I reminded myself yesterday that we started last year 3-0, so just going 1-0 despite it being a fantastic, explosive, exciting win. We have to stay grounded at the end of the day, because we want to see what this team. You said it earlier. You think we're going to be playing in February, so we got to see what we do, down the road. But it is exciting. Great way to start. My number one takeaway was nobody said Danny Crossman's name, and that's a good thing for his sake. No lapses in special teams coverage. We did miss the one kick, the PAT, but you can't put that on Crossman.
I'm not putting that on Crossman. I'm putting that on Jason Sanders.
Yeah, 100%. Next thing for me was O-line was, I think they're getting a bit of a bump in a lot of people's eyes because of how well Tua maneuvered the pocket. Mm-hmm. They did, like people are saying they played well. They did, they kept him clean, no sacks, but when I say he, I mean Tua, he takes a lot of credit for that as well, for, navigating the big play to Tyreek down the right sideline. He stepped up in the pocket, so he's avoiding pressure.
But Triple S, that's part of what, having a great quarterback and a good offensive line can do, right?
Yeah, and I'm not trying to take away from either one. Like I said, I'm trying to give both. I'm not saying that you are.
Right? I think that you're bullish is probably you're just not ready to quite buy into it yet, and that's fair. What I will say, in my opinion, watching Dolphins games for the last 20 years of my life, that was easily the best production in a game that I've seen from an offensive line without having. And
I do buy it.
Without having Ricky or Ronnie in the backfield.
Yeah. No, I do buy it, by the way.
In the last 10 years.
Yeah, I do buy it. I'm just saying I buy it because I think Tua is going to continuously do what he did. And as long as they create lanes, I think we might run into problems if they send enough guys that all the lanes are blocked and it collapses and you can't step up. But yesterday they were sending a lot of 4, man pressures. They sent a couple of extra guys here and there, but when they sent 4 or there was a lane, he was able to step up, find that lane, and connect on nice passes. Which leads me to my next point, which was that Tua shined for 1 off script and 2 off platform, which is 2 areas where we've seen it a bit, but earlier in his career, he wasn't great off platform, especially in off script. So to see him do those 2 things very well was really encouraging. And it's not a bad defense that we just played. Like, they got good pass rushers, they got pretty good secondary. So, Derwin James, one of the best safeties, and for him to not have a huge impact on the game is another credit to Tua and the offense. The only down or two downs I have, a little bit more run commitment wouldn't hurt. I mean, it's hard to when you're passing the ball so efficiently and so effectively, but I would like to see a bit more commitment to the run. And then my next point on the offense is Waddle needs more than 5 targets. He got 4 for 78,
Waddle
which
does
puts him on
need more than
pace.
5 targets, and he was absolutely absent there. Hey, there's already rumors saying that November 12th game, Jets and Raiders, is already going to be flexed.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot
Sunday
of that.
Night Football. So
I got tickets for me and my dad, Steven, to see Miami at the Jets. And I'm
on Black Friday.
Thinking, like, damn, yeah, the Friday game.
Yeah,
I'm hoping they don't adjust it because I booked a hotel and everything. I don't want them to change it from that primetime Friday slot.
Well,
I think they're going to.
I mean, they can't. That game cannot be flexed, so don't worry.
You don't think
that.
so?
They can't. They cannot flex it.
I hope that's true.
It's in stone. That game will be at 3 o'clock on that Black Friday, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, but as for Waddle, like I was saying, even him going 4 for 78, that puts him on pace for like 1,300 yards, and I think he can do even better. Of course, like he's got to get at least 7-8 targets a game. I think 5 is way too low, especially when we pass the ball as much as we did. Then on the defense, I want to say that I loved the deeps. There was no deep stuff given up at all. There was one intermediate pass to Mike Williams and one deep pass down the sidelines when we had David Long against Keenan Allen. But I watched that play again. Keenan Allen started in the slot and he ran a wheel. So we can get on David Long, but that's a tough ask for him to run with Keenan Allen step for step down the sideline on a wheel route. Mm-hmm. So I can't even get that mad at that play. So I love that there was not a lot of deep stuff given up. Kind of fits into what we heard about Fangio, where it's going to be a bend but don't break, make you beat us and be perfect on a drive because you have to do so many plays and have no mistakes. But I would like to see that run defense improve for sure. And I think we need to target a linebacker at the trade deadline. That's the other thing.
It'll be interesting to see. Let's see where we go. Hey, Triple S, I appreciate you coming on, brother. I love you, man.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you so much for supporting the show, man.
Got you, man.
Appreciate it. All right, let me bring on the next guest, Rashad. Good morning, Rashad. How are you,
Rashad? Morning. I'm good. Now I'm getting my voice back, Tyler.
How was the game? You were there on Sunday. How was it?
It was epic. It was everything I dreamed of. My first Dolphin win.
I love it. That's the first game you've ever been to where they won?
Yes. I was 0-2. I'm 1-2 now.
Rashad done broke the curse, ladies and gentlemen. He went to his first game where they won. Were you in awe leaving the stadium? Were you like, oh my God, this is everything I've dreamed of?
Was I? Well, I was a little.
And here's the funny part: you did it in L.A. Imagine going to Miami and seeing the game in a Dolphins win.
I plan on it. That's the plan.
Are you coming to Fan Club Weekend? You got to come to Fan Club Weekend.
I am not coming to
Fan
Club
Weekend.
I think it's the Panthers. I want to get to the Miami Patriots game because I got a lot of friends from Mass, a lot of Patriot fan friends, and just a lot of people who hate the Patriots that's from Massachusetts. So we're all talking about going to that game. We're going to see.
That should be good. Where were you sitting for the game, real quick, just out of curiosity?
I was in one of the end zones, the opposite end zone of Big E.
Okay, did you see Solo while you were there?
I did not see Solo. The only person I seen was Dre. I was the only person I seen.
You saw Andrevius?
Yeah, the people I was with, I don't know why. We went to the game last year, and the traffic was crazy. Getting to the stadium was crazy. And I was like, yeah, we can leave at 11:30. We didn't leave till 12. I didn't get in the game until like 1:45. No, it was like 2:15. It was about 2 minutes left in the first quarter. And I was already wasted trying to find my seat.
I was already wasted.
Yeah, I started drinking at 9 a.m. I was like, if I can't make it to the tailgate because of y'all, I'm going to tailgate myself. So that's what I did.
And you did. Shout out to you. All right, anything else before I let you go, buddy?
I was just gonna say about the offense and the defense. Offense looked amazing. I'm a little apprehensive to it being like this every game.
Yep.
I want it to be more manageable. I want more time on the clock ran. I want a little bit more power runs than all these jet sweeps and all of that. And on the defensive end, what we did cannot be sustained. We can't go to New England thinking that Bill Belichick won't take every 4 or 5 yards we give him, because that's what happened this game. The Chargers just stopped running the ball. They defeated themselves. They got penalties that helped us at the end. And I honestly think it was just a test run for the defense. This is a defense made for leads. If we don't have the lead, and a smart coach just runs the clock out, runs the ball, there's nothing we can do without the ball. They're keeping the ball out of our hands at that point.
Well, look, the one thing every team wants to do, or everybody wants to do, is not put the ball into his hands or Tyreek Hill's hands. So sure. I agree. Defenses are going to do whatever they need to do to make sure that these guys don't get the ball, because if the Dolphins have 9 seconds on the clock, which they did, they can still kick a field goal. And, it really doesn't matter if the Dolphins have 9 seconds or 9 minutes. They can score with any amount of time on the clock, wherever they are from the field. They can score in 2 or 3 seconds a touchdown, 50, 60 plus yard touchdown. Like, I am convinced
fact, Jack.
And we know that even if they're down 28 points heading into the fourth quarter, they can win football games. So the Dolphins can do it all. In my opinion, this is the best offense in years in the NFL.
Oh, yeah. League on notice. That's a fact.
That's a fact. All right, brother. I love you, man. Thank you for coming on, man.
Yep. Love you too.
Be good.
Yep.
All right, Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show, Clock Blockers, right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. 170 of y'all watching, 88 likes. Hit the like button. Let's get to 100 likes. Donate to the channel, help the channel grow. Your donations go such a long way into helping the channel grow, even if it's $1. So if you can donate, please do. It helps with moving the show and channel forward. Crypto, good morning, Crypto. What's up, man? How are you?
Good morning, Steven. Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine, brother. Good to hear from you.
Oh, man. Been a pleasure, man. Hey, I was agreeing with a mixture of a lot of things people were saying, of course. Okay. Some of the stuff Mr. Negative was saying, some of the stuff that Triple S was saying, and Rashad. To his point, I'm also 1-2 in the games that I've had last year in my Dolphins attendance. So the one lone victory was the Ravens game, as me and you, Steven, sat there and watched and witnessed.
Yep.
Right there in the rafters of freaking MBT Bank Stadium. So that was good. So that was my lone victory. So Rashad, don't worry, it'll come. I'll be also going to that New England game. I will be in Gillette Stadium next weekend, Sunday night, for that game. So
you're going?
Hopefully, I can get my record back to 500 in Dolphins victories.
Hey,
so
Crypto, breaking news. I'm officially a homeowner. They just finished signing the paperwork.
Oh man, it's good. Right on, Steven.
Let's go.
Good, man. Welcome to the homeowners club. Welcome aboard, Steven.
That was a long, extensive
Yeah, it's long, man. You got to sign like 1 million documents and freaking sign your life away. Yeah. It's amazing. But when you do it the first time, it's much more streamlined once you start refinancing and taking equity out and stuff like that.
I know,
but
man.
The first time, it's a long, tedious process.
This is it. I'm a homeowner, baby, and I've never been an official homeowner. And that's moving.
And exactly, in 10 years from now, you're like, oh man, should I refinance? This thing went up 100K. Yep. You're gonna be like, damn, take that line of credit out, and you're like, oh man, shit. You're gonna be thinking about this particular day when you finalize that paperwork. But man,
Dude,
congratulations, man. Welcome to the homeowners club, man.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you for everybody saying congratulations in the chat. I really appreciate it, man.
Mississippi, right?
Mississippi. I'm a homeowner in the great state
Cool.
of MI, crooked letter I, crooked letter I, humpback.
Are you in Jackson or southern Mississippi? Are you like in the central?
I am in Pearl, Mississippi. Pearl.
What part of the state that's in?
Like 15 minutes outside of Jackson. So
okay. Yeah, my father, right after he retired, moved to Jackson. Then he moved to Indiana.
My house is going to be like 12 minutes away from the airport. So if anybody wants to come here in a few weeks, I have a fourth bedroom. We have a guest bedroom.
Cool. You got a guest bedroom.
I got a guest bedroom. My kids have never, my kids are 7 and 8, and they've been sharing a room pretty much forever. So this is the first time they've really
they'll be separated.
They'll be separated. So this is a big deal. I'm excited about it, man.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Congratulations, man. At least you buy a major hub as far as a city where you can get to and from major things that you need.
I missed out on Coach Prime by 1 year, but whatever.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was there. Yeah, he was there.
Crypto, I gotta let you go, brother. I love you.
Yeah, let me say this. I'll be in Gillette, and
okay.
I'm definitely saying we're gonna win the game. Here's my hot take for Tuesday.
Okay.
Jason Sanders redeemed himself by kicking a game-winning extra point.
Oh, okay. I like it. Game-winning extra.
How about that?
well, to be fair, I think we're gonna blow them out, but that's just me. We're gonna blow them out on Sunday.
Of course, that's you and your hopium, Steven. I'm debasing it and grounding it.
My own supply, baby.
I'm making.
Let's go.
Since last game, and we started off the season on a heart fluctuating back and forth type of a game. We might as well continue it in the next week.
Yeah. Crypto, I love you, man. I gotta go. I love you, bro. Be good, baby. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Exactly, man. Be good, man.
Be good. All right. Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show. A lot of you saying congratulations in the chat. Jeff Sykes said congratulations. Rick Spar, I appreciate it. Clemente 3427. Kurt Newbreed said congratulations. Rome. Taz, I appreciate it. Hey, John, I was about to bring you on. John, where'd you go? John, come back. Let's see here. Daniel Taylor says, welcome to HOA. I appreciate it. OG Barry is in there. I appreciate y'all guys saying congratulations. Thank you. Black Dolphin. Daniel Taylor says, Pearl, Mississippi, that bayou country when you travel to New Orleans. New Orleans is one of my favorite cities outside of Miami. But let me bring on the next caller, man. I love this guy and I miss him. What's up, John? What's up,
Steven D? What's up, brother?
What's going on, baby? How are you? Good to see you.
Relaxing after a long weekend out there in Cali.
Dude, I heard you guys had a really great time over at the LA Takeover doing big things.
Oh, let me tell you, it was a takeover. That stadium was half Fins fans.
Remember when they played in the soccer stadium like 2 or 3 years ago? That place held like 33,000 people, and I want to say like 29,000 were Dolphins fans in that soccer stadium when they were moving.
This was about 50-50.
Yeah, man. But I mean, Dolphin fans travel really good to the West Coast. It's awesome, man. I'm excited.
Well, part of it is I talked to a couple Chargers fans. They're in Tailgate because there was so many Dolphins fans. And I said to him, how is there so many Dolphins fans out here? And the one guy explained it. He said back in the 90s, LA didn't have a team. Yep. You got to remember.
Marino.
Right, because of Marino and what he was doing. So a lot of them became Dolphins fans.
They got a lot of national televised games. And that's why I got to see a lot of Dolphins games living in North Carolina at the time, because the Carolina Panthers weren't there. And so, I grew up, watching a lot of, Marino games on national television because
that was them. So they have a lot of fans out in the LA area that are Dolphins fans.
I love it, man. I love it.
And it was spectacular.
How was like that fourth down on that fourth quarter? Unreal, right?
Oh, it was electric. I was sitting right behind Big E. He had his phone out. I had my phone. Yeah, Big E. I sat right behind him at the game. Great guy to watch a game with. A lot of fans around us. Ashley was the couple rows in front of me to my right. The Webbers were behind me to my right. Our whole section was, our whole section was almost all Dolphins fans.
Are you coming to any of my tailgates, or are you coming to FedEx, Philly, or Baltimore?
Yeah, actually, I have to get with you later about FedEx. I got some family from Connecticut that are Skins fans, but they want to go down. I said, well, let me get a hold of my guys, see what the tickets and stuff are. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man. If for those of you who want to come FedEx Takeover, go to tailgreeter.com, download the app today, type in FedEx Takeover. We got tickets to the game. We got everything. We are your place for Baltimore, Philly, and DC games this year for Dolphins fans. All right, what do you want to talk? What was the last thing you really like? What do you think about the injury last night with Aaron Rodgers? Crazy, right?
Yeah, that's sad. I mean, you don't want to see anybody go down.
I want to beat teams at their best. I want to beat the teams at their best. But now that it has happened, there's not even a debate. We are the best team in the AFC.
Oh, Baltimore looked like garbage last night. Or not Baltimore. Buffalo looked like garbage last night. I mean, Allen, 4 turnovers. I mean, come on. You're not going to win any games turning the ball over 4 times.
At all. I agree so much. Yeah, man. I'm excited. What do you think about Sunday night in Gillette? What do you think that's going to look like?
I agree with you. I don't think it's going to be close.
I don't think it's going to be close either. Like, I know that they have a good defense. I'm not denying their defense, but I don't think it's so good that our offense, like, we shut down Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa.
Yes, they didn't get to Tua. Little pressure here and there, but no sacks. He stepped up when he needed to. He ran a couple times, which was great to see.
Yeah.
He's got to learn to slide a little better.
NorCal said it was 60-40 Fins on Sunday.
It most definitely could have been, because I'll tell you, that place was loud. It was you couldn't tell which team had the ball.
I love it.
SoFi is a beautiful stadium. If you haven't been out there, beautiful place. Tailgating's pretty cool. If you get a chance, walk down Thunder Alley. They were very, very nice to us.
So what you're saying is, if the next time Dolphins go to LA, people need to go.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, it's good times. All right, anything else before I let you go? You want to promote anything? Shout out anything?
Next 2 weeks we got a little fan cruise we're doing. East 12.
East 12 in the building.
If you're coming to the Denver game, hit up Holly or Maria. Yep. We got a little cruise on Saturday. We got a vigil Saturday night for the mayor, Gary.
The mayor. I miss him. I saw that necklace. That necklace is dope. That chain is dope. I told Maria, I was like, I need to get a picture with it. And I told her, I said that you guys need to make an Instagram account of the chain, and anybody who takes a picture with it, upload to IG, so that there's it keeps getting updated with everybody who takes a picture with that chain.
That's the reason I reached out to Christian, was to have that made, so that Bob Sampson's going to have it Sunday in New England.
So get with Maria, but make a Instagram page for it, and I will promote the hell out of it, so you get a lot of followers, and Allie will too. And that way, anytime there's a picture, you upload it to the Instagram page, and there's, by the end of the year, we have 1,000 pictures of people with the RIP Gary chain, which I think it'd be dope.
Yeah, it'll be at every game this year between myself and Bob Sampson. It's going to every stadium.
I love it, and it'll go all the way to Las Vegas this year when we go to the Super Bowl.
Let's hope so, brother.
I love you, baby. I appreciate it.
Love you too, brother.
Hear from you, man. Fins up, baby. Thank you.
Fins up, brother.
Yep. All right. Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show, Clock Blockers, right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. My man Josh Allen turned the ball over.
Hello, Steven. Good afternoon.
Greg, what's up, buddy?
What's up? Congrats on the new homeowner.
I appreciate it, man. I am man, it's definitely, definitely life-changing.
Yeah. I hope to be one day, but we'll see what the future holds.
It's patience, baby. It's patience, right? It's about patience.
Almost a 21, Steven. So.
How old are you?
21.
I'm 35, man. Come on. You got at least 14 more years.
Oh, of course. But no, I wanted to come up here and say I might be in Gillette too on Sunday. Depends if my dad can get tickets.
Go to hey, here, shameless plug. I mean, great time to do it though. Call up Lime, Less is More Events at 202-930-3533. Tell them I sent you and that you guys need a couple of tickets to the game, and there's no they'll give you great pricing, man. Great pricing.
All right, I'll have to check it out later today. I want to go to the Baltimore or DC game, but
the one that I'm doing.
Yeah, the one that you're doing. But my dad, because of the new flexing issues, if one of those games that flex, we're not going to be able to go because he works.
Well, all right. So remember three things. Philly's not getting flexed because it's already Sunday night, right? So you're good there. Baltimore is not going to get flexed because it is New Year's Eve, and Baltimore City has a New Year's Eve extravaganza every year. And the mayor has already stated in Baltimore that she will not that the Ravens will not flex the game because they couldn't do it with traffic and everything.
Yeah.
And they want to make sure that the fans get in and out safely so that people can come in that night. So Baltimore's game will stay at 1:00. It will not get flexed either. So the only game that could get flexed is the December 1st game or December 2nd for FedEx, but I don't see them flexing that 1:00 game against the Commanders unless the Commanders are I just don't see them flexing that game. So I don't think you have anything to worry about.
I'll come back and watch this part of the episode to let my dad know, because he doesn't want to spend money on tickets and we can't go.
I look, if I'm not a betting man, as you know, but if I was, I don't think that FedEx game is going to get flexed. So I don't think you have anything to worry about.
Well, anyway, I came up here to talk about the Bills and Jets game last night. I was rooting for both teams to lose. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. But man, dude, Aaron Rodgers.
I tweeted out. I was like, man, the only acceptable way for this game to end is a tie when they were doing the coin toss.
Yeah.
And that changed about 30 seconds later.
Yeah. But no, Aaron Rodgers, man, that sucks to see, because now the Jets fans are going to make excuses, which, I think some people made the excuse with Tua. I wasn't one of them, but, it just sucks to see as like a football fan. Like, I feel for Jets fans what happened with Tua last year, but
the Jets. All right, so according to Diana Rossini of ESPN, the Jets have already started to reach out to veteran free agents. Those names include, are you ready?
Yes.
Carson Wentz, Cam Newton, Colin Kaepernick, Josh Rosen, Joe Flacco, Matt Ryan, who said he's officially not retired yet, Chase Daniel, Nick Foles, Kellen Mond, Bryce Perkins, Trevor Siemian, Danny Etling, Colt McCoy, Ian Book, Matt Barkley, and Brent Hundley are all official free agent quarterbacks that are free agents currently right now.
I understand that they're going for a veteran, but I feel like Zach Wilson looked better than he did better than last year. But
yeah, but you have to get a veteran.
Yes.
Because God forbid something goes down with him, you need somebody that can come in. Like, just looking at that,
exactly.
I mean, I'll say three things. Like Carson Wentz. Not that he would be a great.
I think their best spot is to go with Flacco.
I mean, yeah, you know what? You're not wrong. He's already been there and he knows the system.
Yeah.
I could totally see that. You might not be far off of that. Flacco could definitely be somebody that the Jets go after there. Look, I think this. Don't be surprised. Like, I know this is crazy and it sounds far-fetched, but I mean, I could totally see the Jets calling the Dolphins up about Mike White. Like, why not?
If that's the case, the Jets must give us a first.
Okay, that's really far-fetched.
Nothing less than a first if I'm Christopher Greer.
I ain't mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all.
Let me talk about the Bills. I've been telling people for years, the Bills, even since last year, they're the most overrated, overhyped team in the NFL. Josh Allen is the most overrated player in the NFL. This guy, Bills fans want to call Tua turn the ball over. I think we need to start talking about Josh Allen turn the ball over. This guy, every time I look, it's a pick.
5 years, nobody's thrown more interceptions in the NFL than Josh Allen.
Exactly. Exactly. This guy is a bona fide bum. You need to listen to TD, Bills fans, because TD's been on the money. What can go wrong will go wrong. Josh Allen's a bum. He'll come up there and bum it
He's a
all up.
bum.
He is a bum.
He's a bum.
He is a bum.
Anything else before I let you go, Greg?
We should be the favorites to win the division, man. I mean,
I like it.
Us and the Patriots are probably the two best teams in the division right now.
I like it. All right, before you go, get out of here. Give me one good meltdown, but maybe a positive meltdown. Give me a positive meltdown.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I need you to scream something positive. Guys, turn your radios down. Go ahead. Go ahead, Greg. Give me a good scream before you get out of here about something.
God, I don't really know.
The
Dolphins are coming up to my home place. Maybe I'll be at the airport. I'll get some pictures. And I'll tell Mike McDaniel to not allow the Patriots to score 1 point this year. This game. Let's go. 2-1 to him.
Are you predicting a shutout?
28-0 shutout. Yeah.
It is Hot Take Tuesday. That is
a hot take Tuesday.
It is Hot Take Tuesday. All right, brother. I love you, Greg. Be good, man.
See ya.
I love Greg. Greg's that guy, man. Greg is that guy. I got a couple more people left. So stay up here, the people that are in the back. My man, Ryan, my brother. Ryan. Hello. Well, no. Well, hello. How do you say it?
Hello.
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 Hello. Holla, holla,
Hello.
holla. Holla, 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 holla. What's up, man?
Yeah, what's up? What's up?
What's going on? Floor is yours.
I don't know.
You just come up here to say hello and not really say anything?
Yeah.
Well, what good is that doing me? I need you to say something. You're a fan.
You're a homeowner.
I am. I am a homeowner. It is official. I appreciate that.
When you want me to come down?
As soon as I get settled in. You know, I go pick up. I got to pick up the moving truck tomorrow, and then I got to go to like 2 or 3 different places to load a couple things in, and then Thursday morning the moving company's coming to load the truck, and then I get to drive a 22-foot truck from here to Mississippi, stopping in North Carolina to get a car to load up a car with my dad, and then put like a trailer hitch on the back. And with the trailer hitch on a 22-foot truck, I can only go like 55 miles an hour, supposedly. So yeah, I get to drive 55 miles an hour in a 22-foot truck from North Carolina to Mississippi. That's going to be horrible.
Like, that sounds like a fun time, man.
That sounds like a horrible time. I'm going to be trapped in a truck.
Sounds like
I love my father.
Like a great time.
I love my father, but who here wants to be trapped in a truck with their dad for?
And you said you're doing that on Saturday?
Friday and Saturday.
Well, I mean, you got college football to keep you occupied for the second leg.
Well, we'll see. I am excited that Colorado's playing Colorado State. That'll be good. I want to see Dion.
Yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be a fun game.
I'll be listening to a lot of music. My dad's a big classic rock guy, so we'll be listening to a lot of classic rock on the way down, which I like classic rock, so that's fine. But yeah, being in a confined space with my father, there's a reason I'm not moving to North Carolina. I love my father and I love my mother, but I can't be that close to my parents. Can't do it. Can't do it at all.
You'll manage for a day.
It's more like 2 days in a confined space with him, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. If you guys hear anything, you'll know what happened. And in other news today, Dolphins YouTuber Stephen Daniels.
I don't think that's. I don't know, man. Are you really gonna make the news?
Hey, well, look, Chad Ochocinco called his shot, so hopefully maybe I'll call mine.
Well, call a better shot then. Damn.
Call a better shot, exactly. Oh man. Anything else before I let you go?
Oh no, man. I knew that was bad last night as soon as I saw Aaron Rodgers go down, though.
Out for the year, bro. Out for the year.
I know. As soon as I saw him go to, like, when they showed that replay and you saw no rotation in that ankle, I was like, oh, He tore his Achilles. He's done.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Like, I was not rooting for them to have like, I really, when I tell you I want to win, beating them straight up. That's what I want. So
I have this bittersweet experience with this now because I hate the Jets, and so I love watching them revel in their own misery.
Look, so I didn't root for him to get hurt, but I have to be honest when I tell you, seeing the Dolphins, I will
never root for someone to get hurt.
But seeing the Jet fans melt down, was it not great? It was great.
Oh yeah, especially after they were roasting Dolphins social media last year after Tua's concussion in Cincinnati. And now they're begging for sympathy. Like, nah. Like, ooh. But look, the reason I'm like mixed emotions is because y'all been not giving nobody, and when I say y'all, like you're included in this. Nobody was willing to give Aaron Rodgers the benefit of the doubt on what he could do in New York, and now we'll never know.
Yeah, we will never know. We'll never know. You're correct.
And I am one of those people who I'm never willing to doubt what Aaron Rodgers can do when he's on the field, because he has shown time and again.
I will tell you this: he won't play in the NFL again. I'm convinced he's done.
Yeah, I think he's going to retire after that. You don't, at 40 years old, coming back from an Achilles that's real hard.
Yeah,
that's real hard.
Yeah. It would be.
But I did see something the other day, said he was thinking about playing 5 or 6 more years. So maybe he won't retire.
Yeah. No, he's going to retire. He'd be stupid to idiot. If he does that, then yeah.
Well, now it's our division.
It's always been our division. Now it's just official. Now it's official.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Ryan. I love you, buddy.
No, you don't.
I do. I love you very much. You're my brother from another mother.
I'm inclined to believe you.
You're inclined. Okay. Well, let me let you go. I got people to talk to before I get out of here for the day.
Okay? No, you don't.
I do. I got people to talk to.
No, you don't.
Get out of here. Bye.
No. I'm not going to do it.
Well,
I'm not going to do it. Oh, well, that would be rude.
That would be rude. You know what?
And you're not rude.
Am I though? Am I? But am I though? But am I? Todd, what's up, Todd?
What's going on, man?
He didn't think I was rude.
Hey, my hot take for this show is Miami's going to break the record for scoring in a season this year. I don't see
Hot Take Tuesday.
I don't see anybody slowing us down.
Hey, what's the record most points scored in a year?
Wasn't that the Rams?
Most points
or Minnesota
in a NFL year. That would be the 2013 Denver. Well, they scored 76 touchdowns. Have put up the most points, 606 points. That can't be right. Is that right? Yeah, 2013, 606 points. What was the greatest show on turf? 2000, right?
Yeah.
They had 540 points.
But man, don't be mean to your dad. It's some good bonding. It's some good bonding time with your dad on the trip. Don't be mean.
I won't be mean.
You know what? For saying that, I hope he heard you say that and he loads up on bean burritos before the trip.
Oh my God, Todd! Why would you wish that upon somebody? You know what, Todd? You were one of my favorite callers, and now I'm gonna be rude to you. I love you, Todd, but I can't believe
you hear about Mike Williams.
Yeah, I did, man. R.I.P. Rest in peace, Mike Williams.
Yeah, that was sad.
It is.
But,
it is very sad.
No, seriously, our defense. If we can get the run game going, stop the run game. I think he's trying to. I'm hoping he's trying to take away the opponent's best, doing what Bill Belichick does. Take away your opponent's best weapon and let you beat us, You know, because this week we'll find out if he loads up against the run. We stop the run and let them pass a little bit, and that's where you get your turnover.
Well, we're definitely going to see. All right, Todd, I love you, brother.
All
Be
right,
good,
buddy.
man.
Take care.
Thank you.
Have a safe trip, man, and I wish you the best and congratulations.
Thank you, Todd. I love you, man. Thank you, brother. All right, if I'm reading this correctly, by the way, it says 2013 Denver Broncos, 606 points, 55 touchdowns, passing touchdowns, 16 rushing touchdowns, 5 return touchdowns for a total of 76 touchdowns at 37.9 points per game. 2013 Denver Broncos is the mark. So I don't know. You know, we'll see what happens. Manny, what's up, Manny?
What's up, guys? What's up? Quick
Up, buddy?
question.
How are you, man?
What happened with Mike Williams? I didn't hear nothing. You said R.I.P.
Mike Williams, former wide receiver, passed away.
Oh, not Mike Williams that we just played.
No, not Mike Williams that we just played. The other Mike Williams.
So I don't know. I don't even know who you're talking about then, but still, you know, R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P. Now he used to play in the NFL. I want to say he played for. Why does my brain elude me? I can't remember who Mike Williams played for off the top of my head. I can picture it. I just can't. I don't know. Not off the top of my head. I'll have to look it up. But yeah, I know he played in the NFL for a few years. So more than a few years. So, but yeah, he passed away this morning.
So real quick on some hot takes, right? That's what we're here
I'm
for.
ready.
Some hot takes.
Tampa.
I don't even know if it's really hot. What's considered a hot take? Something that doesn't seem accurate, or something that seems far fetched.
A hot take would be something that people would call you out for, saying that's crazy. It could also be something that is nobody's thinking about, and you're predicting it.
So
you know,
so I'm gonna just say I got some regular takes then. So
this is
my
regular
first
take Thursday
just
or
regular
Tuesday.
take,
Regular
but
take Tuesday.
regular for me might be hot for somebody else. LA, toughest team we're gonna see all season.
Really? That is that is a hot take.
Good offense, good defense. So Kansas City, if Kelsey comes back and he's fully healthy and all that, maybe Kansas City's up there as one of the hardest teams. What I mean?
Let me give you a little pushback. I appreciate that hot take, but my pushback is, and you just kind of started saying it, right? You got Kansas City; they're going to be tough. And
maybe it's overseas in Germany.
And look, you can't. That Philadelphia on Sunday Night Football, that's a tough game.
It's tough, but I feel like Tua owns Alabama quarterbacks. He's going to go on to show that. It's going to be nothing for him. He's going to show him why he's the reason why he couldn't play in Alabama no more. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. And so my next take, it's not really a hot take either, but I think we play Patriots next, right? Sunday night.
We play the Patriots on Sunday night. Yes.
So good defense. I think we're still going to have a challenge defensively like we just had, but I think their offense is nothing near what we just faced. So this is going to be a better test for our defense to see if they struggle with the Patriots, then we got some real issues. But after seeing them kind of struggle,
I would 100% agree with that take. If we struggle against Wack Jones and that offense, then yes, I would.
I will be worried.
Yes.
I don't know
about being worried, but things definitely need to change.
No, worried because that's one of the sorriest offenses we're going to face all year. Maybe Denver.
You know what I mean? If they score more than 20 points, there's a problem against us.
Yeah. And if we get no turnovers, oh my God, bro. I'm going to be upset if we get 0 turnovers.
I don't think that will be the case, but if they score more than 20 points, there's an issue. 100%.
So let me see. Aaron Rodgers.
I like those two takes.
So I'm upset about the Aaron Rodgers take because he got out with injury. What I was really hoping for was that he was going to be frustrated and retire, not even midseason. That's what I was rooting for, man.
That would have been a better. Yeah, I agree. I would have liked
that's what I wanted.
Say,
so bad for him to be so frustrated. Yes,
he's like,
yes,
he said, I'm going to go into another darkness retreat to see if I even want to stay here anymore.
Go do some more drugs.
Said, screw it, I'm done, and quits halfway through the year like Vontae Davis did at halftime of his game.
Yes, I was actually telling my friend he's a Jets fan. I was like, man, Aaron Rodgers should have been taking jiu-jitsu with Tua and not doing drugs in no cave, man.
Stop doing mushrooms, Aaron Rodgers, and
Yeah.
He didn't
or
do
whatever he was
jiu-jitsu.
doing.
That's what happened. You know what? You might be onto something then. That's a good hot take too.
Let me see another. Let me get some more hot takes. I mean, I feel like them's not really so hot.
No, dude,
I
I thought
gotta
they
say
were.
that was
Those
the
were
hottest
three
take.
good hot takes. Three good hot takes. I like it.
Yeah, man. And then let me see hot takes. Man, it all depends. I mean, a hot take: Tua stays healthy the whole season.
Hey, man, from your
You
mouth
know
to
what I
God's
mean?
ears.
0
MVP,
sacks. He
baby.
ain't gonna get sacked all season.
MVP.
MVP,
Most
baby.
valuable
Man, that's not even a hot take
player.
though. That's not even a hot take. That's not even a hot take though. That's just
Yeah.
regular.
All right.
That's
Well, hey,
expected.
man, I
Hey,
appreciate
you
you
know,
coming on and saying your hot takes today, brother. I
of
appreciate it.
course, man. Hey, congrats on your move, bro. Good luck.
I appreciate it. Thank
Wish
you.
I could help you, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man,
It's
you
kind of
do
it's
by
a,
watching the show every day. By watching the
it's a,
show
it's a
every day.
long
You do.
trip. Yeah, no, but ain't nothing like moving. I mean, I heard you got some movers, so you should be all right.
Should be good. Yeah.
Should
My
be good.
pockets
You
not
got
so much, but
professionals.
you know.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I don't got money like that. When I moved, I had to move it all myself, man.
Hey, yep. It's expensive. It's expensive. All right, brother. I
Yes,
appreciate it,
sir.
man. Thank you.
Hey, man, have a good one, bro. I'll talk to you guys probably next week, sometime this week
Yep.
again. You know,
Be
peace.
easy. Peace. All right, Miami Sports Music. I got one more person, and then I think I'm going to shut it down. I got one more person in the back that I'm going to let come on, and then I'm going to shut it down. Hot take for me, by the way, tonight. Look, y'all who watch the show, don't judge me. Okay? Don't judge me. I'm going to say it. NSYNC reunited tonight. VMA Awards. It's going down. Thou shalt not judge. It's in the Bible. It says it. Don't judge. Don't judge me. Yes, I'm an NSYNC fan. Yes, they're back. Yes, I screamed like a 13-year-old girl this morning when I saw it. Oh my God. NSYNC is back. Don't judge me. Okay? I won't be judged. I will be listening to NSYNC the entire way down. And tonight, don't even think about bothering me because I'm gonna be watching the VMAs for NSYNC's reunion. It's gonna be amazing. Yeah, I said it. All right, Color. What's up, Color?
What's up, Stephen D? I just got one question for you.
Okay. All right.
Tell me why.
No, that's Backstreet Boys.
Oh, I'm sorry. See, there you go. Now that tells you how much I know about the genre.
We don't do no Whack Street Boys here. Okay. We don't do no Whack Street Boys here.
So I just had it, man. We got to get off this whole trashing the Patriots thing. They just played the Super Bowl runner-ups to a close game, and to say that's the worst offense we're going to face all year. Was Manny watching the game last night?
Manny was not watching the game.
Apparently not, bro.
I'm just messing. I don't know. Like you know what though? I got to be honest with you. I do agree with Manny. I am not. I got to be honest with you, Color.
You know me. I'm not off the pace.
I agree with Manny. I am not scared of anything that they have to offer on.
Well, I didn't say I was scared, but these people that think that the Patriots are like not competitive, bro, are just like they're not watching the games, man.
Well, look, I'm not saying I don't want to say that they're.
I'm not afraid. I think that what happened this week was an aberration simply because we wanted to make sure that Justin Herbert didn't beat us. I think that's been the best take people have made since Sunday. And, I don't expect it, given that we don't necessarily look, you can't get burned. You have to still respect the passing game. But look, let's face it. Are we really going to respect the passing game of one Mac Jones over Justin Herbert? No, we're probably likely going to more make sure Ezekiel Elliott don't run all over us. So, and for those that think Zeke is out, I'm off of Zeke. I've been off of Zeke. But if there's one team in this league that can rejuvenate a guy like that, it's been proven to be the Patriots.
It's Belichick.
There's been several running backs that were washed up that he turned into stars.
Corey Dillon.
Yeah, Legarius Blunt.
Yep.
Legarius Blunt. What was the other? Curtis Martin? Was that another one?
Yep.
So we definitely have to. We have to go in with our eyes open this week. We can't be so. Homerish. It is still early in the year.
Color, this is, if you need some hopium, I will give it to you. I am in full supply of it. And let me tell you, I am telling you right now, I have to say this. I think we are going to straight dominate them. I don't think the game's going to.
Oh, I do too. I do too. It's just the keys of how to do that are going to be to make sure they don't run all over us. And if Mac Jones does have a decent day, decent day from Mac Jones is not going to keep up with our offense.
Color, we don't call him that on my channel. We call him
whack.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, so if he has a whack day, a positively whack day,
you did there. That was good. If he has a whack day, that was good. That was good, Color.
He still is not going to be able to keep up with our offense, bro.
That's fair.
And that's just bottom line, man. We got I think, without being stupid, I think we got this game in the bag. We just have to make sure we focus on what it takes to have the game in the bag and not be stupid. Yeah. But we're coming all the way across the country, bro.
Hey, I will say this. Mike Gesicki, Devon Godshaw, Calvin Munson, Devontae Parker, and Waquan McMillan all might want a little piece of the Dolphins on Sunday night.
Yeah, of course. But if they could take a piece of the Dolphins, they could have taken a piece of the Patriots when they were with us.
Facts.
I know,
too, bro.
But the real reason I came up quickly, the Aaron Rodgers thing, obviously, and then I'll give a hot take after that. I'll try to come up with one. But look, I'm sorry, bro. The guy is a 40-year-old quarterback trying to still play. I have no sympathy. This is not a case where there's a waiting period to make jokes about it. Okay? None of that. Nobody sits there and says, oh, let's not make jokes about Betty White for a week after she died. It's Betty White, bro. She's 90-some billion years old. Like, she probably is happy to go. Why am I going to be all like, don't make jokes about her, it's too soon?
Hey,
no, I'm sorry.
Real talk, Color.
I'm laughing my ass off at Aaron Rodgers' Achilles tendon. That's what I'm doing.
Look, I think it's okay to laugh because number one, it's an Achilles tendon.
Well, you don't wish it on anybody, but here we are.
And by the way, we're not laughing that we wished it upon anybody. We're laughing because that's so Jets. Like that is like, for that to be the outcome of what we had just talked about for the last 3 months, every national media person talking about, oh, the Jets are Super Bowl favorites. Oh, my God, Aaron Rodgers is going to bring them. The man played a total of 75 seconds and 4 snaps.
And he's already had an entire career with a Super Bowl victory. It's not as if we're talking about some young up-and-coming Aaron Rodgers whose whole season is ahead of him. I might have a little sympathy.
But by the way, from a health standpoint, he's going to make a full recovery. He will be fine. Okay. There's no long-term adverse effects, except he may never play in the NFL again. But that's it. He shouldn't have been playing in the NFL now. So
exactly. This is just like going and like jumping off a cliff over some 90-year-old celebrity you've never met dying. I mean, so what? It sucks. Condolences to the family, but it's Betty White, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't got no.
Hey,
Aaron Rodgers has already got a Super Bowl victory. And by the way, where was his sympathy and respect when he looks over at the sideline at Dan Marino and then runs a clock play against us?
I know, right?
Where was that respect?
Disrespectful, man.
Well, there you go. You want to disrespect Dan Marino? You're going to suffer the same injury he did. How do you like me now?
Whoa, Color out here. Shots fired.
Hey, it's the Jets we're talking about, bro. Did we forget?
All right, Color, let me let you.
All righty, guys.
I love you, brother. Be good, man.
Thanks, Steven. You have a good one, man.
No problem. All right. I thought he was the last person, and then somebody came in at the last second and said, you know what? I need to rap with you, my guy. And I said, my man, I can't. So this is a good way to end Hot Take Tuesday with Mr. Hot Take himself, Mr. Finn's Take himself on Hot Take Tuesday. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. CB83.
Hey, what's popping? What's going on, man? What's going on with you? We in here. We here. Big Dub this week.
We in here. What's up, baby?
What's up? What's popping, man? How you feeling, man?
Hey, man, I'm a homeowner, baby. I'm officially a homeowner as of 10 minutes ago. As of 10 minutes ago, I'm a homeowner.
Hey, it ain't nothing like paying that equity instead of paying that rent, bro. It ain't nothing like putting
Look,
that
the first
equity
7
in,
years, I'm
bro.
just paying interest. The first 7 years.
Let's go, man. Hey, congratulations, bro. It's a blessing. It really
I
is.
appreciate it, man. I agree. I agree. It's a big blessing, and I don't think I'd be here today without the people that watch my show and support it. And it's a big deal. And
that's what's up. That's what's up.
I'm excited.
Yes, sir, man. Hey,
now I can just get this move over with and
get the move over with, settle in, and then get back to Miami
back to the
Dolphins stuff.
grind that is Clock Blockers.
Yes.
Are you going to host the show this week?
Yeah, let's do something, man. I'll try to get in where I can.
What day are you free? We're going to talk shop up here for a second. What day are you free?
This week?
No, between Wednesday through Wednesday.
Probably next week, early next week sometime.
Can you do Monday or Tuesdays?
I know I can't do Monday. Maybe Tuesday though.
All right, what time could you do? Like 10 to noon on Tuesday?
Possibly. I'll try
You'll
to
do it with DJ. You'll do it with DJ Genesis with the Florida Panthers DJ in Miami.
Okay. Yeah, he seems like a cool cat.
Yeah. So you
vibe out.
You'll do the show together on Tuesday.
All right, I'll try to make that happen for sure.
All right.
Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I see y'all. What's good with y'all boys, man? The ladies,
good, man. What do you want to talk about, man? I got a couple more minutes to shoot it with you.
Yeah, I got a few minutes too, man. Just a few though, but we'll shoot it for a little bit. I think I'm excited
Your
about
topic, man. You pick.
I'm just excited about the team and where we are, man. I mean, the defense didn't look great, but I mean, the defense has an opportunity to get a lot better. I think with Fangio kind of adjusting the scheme a little bit, maybe putting an extra guy in the box here or there, we could stop the run.
Did you agree with my take that if he just blitzed like 10% more, the game would have turned out differently for them?
Possibly. I mean, and that's the thing with blitzing, you just never know. Sometimes you get there, sometimes you don't. But I think mixing it up is good. Just showing some more pressure, putting some more guys in the box. I mean, Javon Holland was, he was a big part of what we did on Sunday. And, he was probably the main run stopper, which is kind of crazy to think about.
I don't think this is – I think this is a fair statement. I think he's the best open field tackler in the NFL.
He does a really good job. Now, Deshaun Elliott struggled a little bit, so we got to find.
No, I hear that, but do you think it's a fair statement for me to say that Javon Holland is the best open field tackler in the NFL?
He does a good job. He rarely takes a bad angle and misses a guy.
Literally since he's joined the team, I can't even think of a play that really sticks out to me that he's done.
He definitely gets downhill and smacks you, and he's pretty sure to wrap up.
What about that Cater Kahoo sack?
Oh, it was big time. It was like right on time too. I wish he could have pushed him back a little bit so we possibly get the
I've watched that replay at least a dozen times now, and people are like, how is that not a safety? And to be fair, his feet are right in front of the goal line, and you see him moving forward.
Yeah.
And it is legit right there. It was not a safety, but man, I agree with you.
Yeah.
If he could have just a little bit more.
Just a little bit. If he just, and honestly, if he just brings a little bit more to the party, like if he brings a little bit more downhill, that physicality, he might probably knock him into the end zone.
Do you think that Cam Smith will
It's a trust thing, right? It's a trust thing right now.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, it's just I don't think Fangio trusts him out there right now. I think he's gonna have to get some reps.
No choice after what Xavier Howard did. Like, I look, I love X. Just as I say this with all the love in the world. First and foremost, I want X to finish his career as a Miami Dolphin. I want him to be a Miami Dolphin.
It would be nice.
But with that being said, he is not a starter anymore. He's not. If he
I'm not gonna say that. No,
I'm not a starter anymore.
I'm not gonna say he's not a starter. I just think versus certain teams, he's gonna struggle. Like versus big receivers, big targets who are, who can be physical with X. I mean, he's gonna struggle. I mean, I think he's a better receiver versus smaller guys. I mean, better cornerback versus smaller guys.
But why Jalen Ramsey is out and Cam Smith isn't there yet, and Cater Kahoo,
he's gonna have to be that guy,
and he's not anymore.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
Relying on him, CB83 is a liability. Point blank, it's a liability.
Yeah, I mean,
It
it's
opens us
it's
up.
it's zone. You would like to see him be in zone coverage and have some help over the top for sure, and like cut off parts of the field. But him playing those guys man to man, it's gonna be tough. I mean, it's an NFL. He's going against the best of the best every week, so we'll see. I mean, I think certain games he's gonna have a good game. Like this game this week, he should have a good game. I mean, and I think he's going to struggle versus teams that have a crazy passing attack, like the Chargers.
And Wack Jones and this, like they're horrible. So yeah, he'll be great this week. I would agree.
Should be better. Should be better for sure.
Should be better. O-line,
O-line look damn good. Damn good. Hey.
So shout out to Nando Talk. Nando, who posted a clip on his social media. Follow Nando.
Check out Nando.
Said in a clip, he goes, Austin Jackson's going to earn an extension this year, and he's going to be solidified as one of the best right tackles in the NFL.
Best.
And I was like, when he said that a while back, I didn't want to say it was a bad take. I just was not a take I would ever go to, right?
Yeah.
Dude, he held his own against Joey Bosa the entire. And Joey Bosa, look, he's not Joey Bosa of 2 years ago, but he's still Joey Bosa.
Yeah, and honestly, I think Bosa's a little bit slow. I think Mac is definitely slower. I think Mike McDaniels did a good job of putting those guys in the bind too, and just making sure that they turn them into thinkers and turn them into guys who are trying to make a play on the quarterback. Like the play action, the bootlegs and stuff like that really put those guys in binds.
Tua played a big part in the success of the O-line because he moved in the pocket so well.
Yeah, and the attention to detail from Tua too, just like his small
eyes were
things.
Downfield the entire game.
Yeah.
He read through. He even said it in his press conference or in the post-game interview. He's like, I read through my progressions the day. And it's funny because TD's got the thing out there that he's a spot thrower, and I agree with it to a certain extent. But I can tell you on Sunday he was reading through progressions and he was going through them.
Yeah. He was trying his best to get through them. And, a lot of times those guys were open on the first and second read. And
because they're just beating who they're up against.
And that's what happens, man. Teams want to be stubborn and play us man to man. They're going to struggle. I mean, that's just the nature of
the
it.
Emmanuel Acho video
that was great.
To his head is like the best thing on Twitter right now.
It was. I showed it last night. Yeah,
he's 100% right because, and you just said it, and we'll say it again. You play man to man, you're not beating us. Tua's going to beat whoever he's on. Jalen Waddle's got the speed too. Raheem Mostert can come out of the backfield.
Too many weapons.
And look, I told y'all River Craycraft. I told y'all about my boy River Craycraft.
He had a good game, man, and it's a game of mismatches. It's a game of mismatches. So when you look at it, I mean, Tyreek and Waddle are cheat codes, and then you got guys who can eat underneath and make plays and be possession guys. So
what about Tua's accuracy, man? Can that boy thread a needle?
He can thread a needle. The only thing that bothers me a little bit about Tua is he's just a little reluctant to let it go at times. He just tries to be a little bit too accurate.
He throws it into triple coverage sometimes where you're like, what's going on? But to be fair,
decision making.
To be fair, we never would have saw that last touchdown if he was hesitant to make throws like that. So you got to pick the good with the bad. Because we wouldn't have. I'm telling you right now, that is hands down one of the best throws and catches I have ever seen in the NFL. That's
talking about the Tyreek, the one you're talking about.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, Tua's a good football player. I think we can all admit to that at this point. Staying healthy is part of it. He looks good though.
Or Tyreek and him are MVP candidates
right now through week 1. Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, with those type of numbers.
Yeah. Now let's talk about Tyreek. 215 on 11 catches.
Straight stud. Like, dude, I mean, you could literally go to him on every. Bro, he could literally. Is he hitting 2K? He might hit 2K through week 13 or 14.
Oh, come on now,
bro. I'm telling you, bro. Like,
you think that good?
I'm thinking he's that good. Like, teams are gonna have to either back up and like let him kill underneath, or they're just gonna have to let him continue to walk the dog.
In a zone defense, Tua's going to hit him on spot on open routes
a lot because he just pushes them guys back, right? So as soon as he's coming off the line of scrimmage, he's just pushing everybody back 15 to 20 yards, and then he's just stopping on the dime, right? Guy stops on the dime and catches the ball, and then he
goes
can
from
face him
zero-
up.
And then he goes from 0 to 60 after that,
Right.
and you're like, how the hell is he this quick?
Right. And then he faces him up, and you're like, when a quarterback is looking Tyreek dead in his eyes and he has the ball in his hands, they got to be thinking like, what the fuck am I
It's a
about
wrap.
to do?
It's a wrap. I'll be honest with you, any secondary person with the exception of maybe Sauce Gardner, right? And that
Sauce is trash. Stop it.
Sauce is
We're
not trash, bro.
Bro.
I don't
We're
like
gonna see. We're gonna
nobody
see.
hates the Jets more than me, but I'm gonna give Sauce
Sauce
one
is
half of
hyped.
it. No,
He's not trash.
They didn't throw his way at all last night. That's why the other guy got 3 interceptions.
Yo,
They were scared to throw it his way.
I don't know why they should have went his way instead of going to Whitehead.
Hey, you're not
Whitehead
wrong.
made the
You're not
plays
wrong.
last night.
I still think the same thing would have occurred, but
I
you're
don't know
not
what
wrong,
Josh
bro.
Allen. I don't know what Josh Allen was thinking last
Hey,
night.
everybody, Black Dolphin says Sauce is a holder all day. So was Revis Island, and he made the Hall of Fame, bro. Like, let's stop it, man. Let's call a spade, man. Sauce.
Diggs was eating last night. Don't forget about that. He was killing Sauce on the route.
Hey, man,
he was routing them up.
Did you see?
He was
Diggs
routing.
walk off the
Color's
field?
right in regards to
Did you
that.
see
You
Diggs
said
walk
what?
off the field at the end of the game?
Oh, he was hot.
Tell me that didn't look like somebody who was saying, "Get me the hell out of Buffalo now."
Yeah, and I think everybody knows that team is at a demise, and when you lose a game like that to a Zach Wilson,
if they're losing, if they have a losing streak by week 6 or 7, or they have a losing
might as
record,
well blow it up.
I mean, if I'm Dallas, I am on the phone saying, "Hey, Trayvon wants Stephon to come to Dallas."
Yeah.
If I'm Dallas, I am 100% doing everything in my power to get Stephon to come to Dallas.
Yeah.
And I think it'll happen too, by the way.
Yeah, and I think Allen, and just imagine if Tua had that type of game yesterday that Allen had. It's just he would have got just in general killed, bro.
Any quarterback of color or they would have been trashed on national media. Allen does it. It's a bad night. The man has thrown the most interceptions in the last 5 years in the NFL and does not get nearly as trashed on morning shows the way that Dak Prescott does or Tua does or any. It amazes me.
He was horrendous last night. Literally just throwing up Christmas presents for the defense. No double coverage,
stupid plays. That one interception. There was literally 2 defenders here. Nobody was open in the backfield, and you clear as day see the safety coming down to throw up the interception, or the other corner, whatever it was. I think it was the safety to throw the interception, and you're like, "What? I know not to throw that throw, and I'm not a quarterback."
Yeah, it was rough, man. A rough night for Josh Allen. I mean, I think we're going to see some more of that throughout the season. I just think this offense, losing his offensive coordinator in Dabo, and just Dorsey just not being a guy. To be completely honest,
and I'll be real with you, I was screaming and pounding on the table. Bring Quinn Dorsey to Miami. Let him come to Miami, please.
Dorsey's not the guy.
I'm so glad that didn't happen. I'm sorry, we dodged a bullet with Ken Dorsey.
We did, because he's not. And that's the thing with a guy like Josh Allen. You really need to rein him in, right? So the way he plays, you just got to rein him in. You got to be disciplined with him, structure with him, tell him, hey, this is what you need to do. And he's just not doing that. And you could see he's just going out there kind of willy-nilly and just a wildcat out there.
I want to change directions real quick. Durham Smythe. Bro.
Good player. Does his job. Hard hat lunch pail guy, blue collar, does his job, does what he needs to do.
Dude, he was making some catches though that you're looking at it and you're like, man, they got something here with offense with Smythe.
And these guys in the community give guys like Durham Smythe flack. They give guys like Alec Ingold flack for getting an extension. It's like, bro, these guys are blue collar guys. They do exactly what you ask of them. They'd never hurt the team. They're out there only trying to help the team win games. You can't be mad at guys like Smythe, Ingold, the Julian Hills of the world, the tight ends who are in there just in the trenches, just trying to get after it, trying to help us win, man.
We got to talk about it. We need a center. We got to go find a real center.
Scott Williams is fine. He's fine.
Nope.
He's
I'm
fine.
not. Nope.
Look, on that first play, I went back and watched it on film.
Got to go get a
you got to think about this. He has 2 A gap players in his he has 2 A gap players. We got 2 B gap players, right? On the play.
Yep.
He's snapping the ball. He knows he's by himself on this play. He knows he doesn't have any help. He's really just trying to work hard to get to the guy and block him because he knows this could be a touchdown play if they block it correctly. So he's urgent to get out. I'm never going to punish a guy for trying to do his job better. That's all he's doing. He's trying to do his job better. So instead of focusing on the snap, he's more focused on getting the block, which causes that exchange issue, right? And honestly, Tua's got to understand, and I think Tua's got to understand where he's going at certain times too. He's got to understand that, hey, Connor's going to the right. He's got to be quick. I need to help him out a little bit, ride it a little bit.
He is not.
Get up in
all right,
there.
All right, I got to push back.
He has some good blocks, bro.
But part of being a center is not just blocking, CB. It's snapping the football. And I told y'all, I've been telling you, I've been beating it on the table. I've been saying the man is going to give you 2 to 3 bad snaps every game without like. And everybody's like, "Oh, he doesn't have that money." I'm like, "Watch 2 to 3 snaps every game." I'm telling you. And it's
how many? He only had
liability.
He had 1 in this game, right?
He had 3.
The first one was an offsides. I don't know. The offsides came.
He had 3 bad snaps and a bad penalty.
The bad penalty, yeah, it was a hold. He should have let him go. I think when you're looking at it overall and the way he graded out, I think you could get away with that. I think he's going to clean up the snaps. It's first game. So
hey,
of course there's going to be some stuff.
CB83, if that man comes in with 2 bad snaps on Sunday night,
it's not happening.
And you better come on my channel. And you better if
the 2 bad snaps affect the game,
I will be tuning in on Tuesday with you and DJ Genesis, just listening. And I'm telling you, if the first thing ain't out of your mouth on Tuesday after he has 2 bad snaps is,
you got to clean it up.
Thank you for coming on CLOCKBLOCKERS and supporting Stephen while he's away. I just want to throw this out there, but Stephen was right about Connor Williams. I better hear it. Oh, I better.
Yeah. But hey, Color says if the ball touches the QB hands, it's on the QB.
No.
Sometimes that's the case. But QB's also got to know, hey, where's my guy going? How's he stepping? What's his urgency like? Is he really trying to get out there? If so, I got to ride him a little bit longer and try to get up in there and get this ball. I really got to get underneath and grab it and pull it out. No homo. But that's in those type of situations, you just gotta know. And I think that's a communication thing between Tua and Connor. And I think they'll get that figured out. And that's what I think they did on the sideline right after. They had the conversation. Hey, you got to tell me. You got to tell me if you're going fast.
You know what I do know?
What's up?
Tua's a leader. Tua is a straight leader. He went on the sideline and multiple things. Here's some things I saw on Sunday. After the bad snap was up in Connor's face.
Address it.
Hey, man, don't worry about it. We're going to be like tapping him on the face, smiling, saying, don't even worry about it, right?
Yeah.
When we when the defense, after the defense was coming off the field after the 4 straight scoring drives, he is there patting him on the back, coming off the field, giving him high five, saying, guys, don't worry about it. We got this. You're going to show up. In the post game, in the locker room, he didn't say not one thing about the offense. He said, look, we won today's game because the defense came in and shut it down. And that man, Timothy Tagovailoa, he is him. Is a leader if I've ever seen one, bro. If I've ever seen one.
He's evolved a lot, man. And honestly, I'm just glad to see where he is at this moment. I remember watching him his rookie year, and his second year was like, man, something's missing with this kid. Like, he just doesn't quite have it.
What a coach can do for you in your
right.
Psyche,
good leader,
right?
good leadership can really be tremendous for a person.
It's not even about good leader, right? Because I got to be honest with you. I respect Flores as a coach. And I don't want to get into the Flores conversation, but what I want to say is when you have somebody that believes in you unequivocally, and shows that to you, verbalizes that to you, makes it known to people around your surroundings to you, I'm telling you, what we've seen over the last 18 to 24 months with Tua is a night and day difference. And Tua walks into Tua knows I can win a football game. I can win a football game.
Carry a team. He knows he can carry the team. And that's honestly.
And people were dogging Tyreek Hill at the beginning of last season when he was on his new podcast talking about Tua is him, Tua is that guy. And everybody's like, if you need Tyreek Hill to come and pump you up, then it was all calculated. That was a calculated strategy to pump up his psyche. And look where we are at now in September. That man, 2 years later or a year later.
Yeah, and what is crazy is that honestly, he's always been a really good player. Like in college, he was unequivocally probably the best quarterback in college football, probably, before the Joe Burrow team and the transfer, and he had that crazy
Jalen Hurts was sitting behind him and Mac Jones.
And Mac Jones, right? Yeah. So better than those guys. Even coming out of high school, he was one of the best.
Jalen Hurts transfer.
Yes, like
people. So he's always realize he's always had the talent.
Yeah, always been a really good player, but it's just a matter of the scheme being fitting for him, right? Fitting the scheme into it, and then him having some talent around him, like the offensive line being able to give him some time, some weapons, being able to separate, give him some opportunity to make some plays, and that's it. And that's why we're here. We're here now because Mike McDaniel believes.
Mike McDaniel believe. What is my man Coach Prime say? Y'all didn't believe. Y'all didn't believe. Guess what? We believed.
Exactly.
We believed. We knew. I knew. I wasn't buying into this hype.
Yeah.
I knew what he was. I've said for 3 years. I know what he's capable of. He just needs to have the right people to bring that out of him. And there are players that are like, oh, if you need that, then you. Aaron Rodgers wasn't great and got 2 MVPs by himself. He was great because of the people around him and his coaching staff that was with him. Peyton Manning,
it's a culture.
Peyton Manning was trash his first year. He went 3-13. They changed the culture. They bring in different personnel. Years later, 20 years later, Peyton Manning's got 2 Super Bowls under his belt and is a Hall of Fame because of the people around him. Tom Brady was a 7th round pick. People did not believe in him. They said, no, he can't be an NFL quarterback. 20 years later, 11 Super Bowls later, 7 of them he won was because of the people around him, surrounded him and supported him. And by the time he got to Tampa Bay, he was so full of moxie. He was so full of leadership. He was so full of, I have everything I need to do to win. He was so confident that he then could carry that team to a Super Bowl. And I'm telling you all right now, Tua Tagovailoa has the moxie. He has the leadership. He has the skill set. And I promise you all on everything, if the man stays healthy, and I don't mind saying that as a caveat, if he stays healthy, he is a MVP candidate. And it's not even close. It's not even close. The man's got it. He is the best quarterback to play for the Miami Dolphins since Dan Marino. And it's not even close. Not even close.
Kill him. You preaching to the choir. You preaching to the choir. And honestly, you were spot on. I mean, believing in a guy, putting the system around a guy, putting the players around a guy, it's going to work out. Now, with all that being said, I do think Tua is the type of guy where you need to have the run game be efficient, right? I don't think Tua is the type of guy that can go out and do that every single game. I don't think I don't think you should put him in that position where you force him to go do that every single game. I think there's going to be games where you need to run the ball, and there's going to be games where you can air it out and do that. So with that being said, we still need to make sure our run game is on point. And that's why I wanted other running backs, because I felt like, hey, these other running backs can really elevate the run game. So we'll see what happens, and we'll see how Mike McDaniel kind of gauges that and plays that chess game with defenders. But it's like, hey, you also got to run the football. You do put yourself in jeopardy when you throw it out like that a lot. You do.
Look, I'm excited, man. I haven't been this excited in a long time. All right, tell the people what you got coming up on your channel, man, and where they can find you.
Man, more film breakdowns, more discussions, more open panels, more dialogue about the Miami Dolphins and our opponents. Based week to week game planning of how we're going to attack teams and just evaluating what we got. I mean, we got a good football team. This defense steps up. The offense continues to work to get better, continues to navigate, facing different opponents, and we'll be fine. I like this team because this team plays for each other. They play through adversity. They love each other. They play for each other, and it's going to turn into wins. It translates to wins for sure.
100%. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, CB83 is going to fill in for me on next Tuesday. And
yeah, I got you. I'm going to pull up.
And you just know I love you, brother. I appreciate you.
Hey, love you. Appreciate you,
man. Go support.
Hey, appreciate you guys. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Dolphins family, we got something special. Let's ride this wave. Hey, just hit 1K today. Let's go.
Let's go, baby.
Appreciate you guys. Hey, Steven, we'll get up and do something soon. Let's link, bro.
Hey, man, when I get settled into Mississippi, we'll make it happen, bro.
All right, bro. Hey, congratulations again, and
I appreciate it.
Give the family my best, bro.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Love you, brother. Be good.
All right. Love you, bro. Be good. Later.
Yep. Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show, Clock Blockers, right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. It was Hot Take Tuesday, and it was a good one, over 2.5 hours today. Thank you to everybody who watched the show. Over 100 likes in the show today. I will be gone for the next week. So at all this week, if you guys want to help and keep, me being able to do a lot of these things, you guys can donate to the channel using the YouTube Live Super Chat, which is the $ right below the chat, or you can use Cash App or PayPal. I dropped the links for Cash App and PayPal in the chat. Please donate if you're able to. Even if it's $1, it goes such a long way into helping the channel grow. I will have fill-ins for you for the rest of this week. So if you guys could support them the way that you support me by hitting the like button, showing up, doing everything, make sure you guys do that. And it's a big deal. So thank you so much for watching the show today and supporting the show. It was a lot of fun. Hot Take Tuesday. Tomorrow's Wildin' Out Wednesday. I'm not quite sure who's going to host it yet, but I'll have somebody for you. So show up tomorrow. Have a good time for Wildin' Out Wednesday. Be good. I'll be back in a week. You can follow me at Stephen D. SKPL. Spread kindness, positivity, and love. At Stephen D. SKPL. Follow me on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. Follow me on Instagram. It's going to be a lot of fun. So make sure y'all do that. I love y'all. We'll see y'all. Peace out. Thank you so much for everybody who supports me in the show. I love you all. Seriously. Clock Blockers. Fins up, baby. Be good.
My intuition told me this. To trust the coach, he holds a gift. He knowing when to go with fits. So we knowing when to switch. This year we got the golden pick. Time to see what that pick about. Bad vibes get sent out. Only fans up in this house. We been waiting, yeah, we been patient. Now it's time to cash out, no discount. Super Bowl, yeah, we in route. I don't know when, but it's close. I don't want to overhype, but I just know I like it. So excited, league gon' notice now. You should know the rise. They say tour from that rock. Shout out to Samoa and Islands. Time to lay the smack down. You think you Dwayne Johnson. Time to be the people's champ. Hit them with the people's elbows. Stick together like it's Velcro. You think you could stop us? Hell no, all day I dream about sports.